Hey Guardians, this week on episode 172, Hazel and I discuss the new subclass changes coming to Season 19, which is only a few weeks away. Also, does Gatr actually have a good idea this week? We'll find out about that. And then finally, we have a fellow Guardian and community member throw out a challenge for Hazel and I. Do we accept? We'll find out. All right, let's roll.
Guardian down.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for spending your time with us today. Welcome to episode 172 of Guardian Downcast, a Destiny podcast. Hey, if you love to play the game Destiny 2, you've come to the right place. We're a couple of gamer dads that have played Destiny since that day one release back in 2014, and we're just as passionate about it today as we were back then. We discuss key topics and news within the gaming community and not only seek the stories of Destiny content creators, but we're a podcast that gives a voice to the stories of our Destiny players out there. And in this game, it's all about a community. We're the show that asks... I forgot to write one in. Shit.
We're the show that asks is, show clip on Lingering Dread. Is it any good?
There we go.
Not that I'm playing the game right now.
Okay, there we go. That works. I'm your host, Todd, the Gator, and my co-host, Hazel, is here as well. What's up?
Not much, man. Not much. Just cleaning out my vault right now. I'm at 592 of 600.
Oh,
so.
I see. You got up to the 600 too, uh-huh.
No, I hit 598.
All right, fine. For two, really? You could pick up two blues and you'd be at 600. All right, never mind. Well, we'll get to it.
But I delete those.
All right, we'll get into that.
I don't hoard those.
Well,
actually, what I did to get into trouble was I clicked on the empty postmaster.
Oh, and it loaded up your vault.
Yeah, so I don't know what is trash versus what isn't anymore.
Yeah,
so.
I don't press that button on dim. That's one button I don't press because I don't know where that stuff's going.
Oh, I know where it went.
I mean, the problem is when you have a full vault already, it starts shuffling them into your other characters. And you open your character up that you haven't played in a while, and you're like, what's this doing in here? It's not even for a hunter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do that too. I mean, hey, they're doing what you're asking them. You're telling them to empty the vault, so they're emptying the vault. So you can't fault them for that. Hey, gang, here's what we have lined up on the show tonight. As you can probably tell, it's going to be a pretty chill show tonight. Hazel and I are going to catch up, see what we've been doing in Destiny this week. And then Hazel's going to go over this week at Bungie for the 11th week of Season of Plunder, which may spur another conversation there, and we'll have to see, I guess. We're going to go through and answer your questions from our SpeakPipe in our Discord server. We've been told in our Discord that we need to answer more, so I guess we'll try to do that tonight. A nice chill show, and you know what? Why don't we pick a couple songs for the playlist as well tonight, Hazel?
Sounds good.
All right, let's roll.
Thanks for listening to Guardian Downcast. You can find us on Twitter at Guardian_D_cast.
Or you can find us on Instagram at Guardian_down_cast and see what picks our weekly guests want to share with you.
Or just visit our website at guardiandowncast.com for all the contact info and where else to find us. And you can also play any past episodes you like in any order you like, right from your browser.
Man, don't or me. Hey, Guardians, while you're at it, follow our Guardian Downcast show playlist on Spotify and iTunes. We post those links in our show description every week.
So check us out, and later, Guardian.
Toddles! What's been going on in Destiny this week, man? It's been a quiet week for me, I gotta admit, but I'm curious. What, I think you guys raided with some of the community last night, was it?
Yeah, it was a Goop Troop raid. So, what that means for anybody who's not in the Goop Troop is it was Toll the Bell, Sauced Waffle, New member, Raphael.
Raffi. Oh, I mean Raphael, sorry. Raph, there we go.
Aphelion. And is it Nocturnus? Is that how it's pronounced? It's easier just to look on my phone because I hate computers.
Gotcha.
But I think it's Nocturnus is how it's...
I think that's the way I saw it.
I mean,
we apologize
more respectful than
if we say
than calling him Raffi.
What? That's my nickname for him. All right, fine. I'll just call him Raph. Hey,
Nocturnus.
I got a question though. Am I in the Goop Troop?
I can't answer that. I think you'd have to.
What?
You'd have to raid with them and see if they accept you into the Goop Troop.
I've raided with some of them.
Yeah.
What the hell, man? I'm not in the Goop Troop. I thought I was in the Goop Troop.
I don't know.
Don't give me this crap. You're not telling me this crap. You don't make the rules, are you? You're not trying to patronize me, are you? Okay.
Would I do that? Moving on. But hey, they have a raid, just so you know, Thursday. So if you want to take my spot, you can. You can be an honorary member of the Goop Troop.
Depends what kind of raid is it.
DSC, I believe. No better time to learn it because they're going to be, crafting next season. Think about it. You need to learn how to do it anyway.
Last time I did DSC, Kingsley was not happy with me. I'll think about it. I wouldn't want to break up the Goop Troop, Oh. See, I turned that around on you.
It's getting deep.
Hold on, let me get my boots.
Yep.
But
oh man,
yeah. What else has been going on, man?
We knocked that out in about 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I love King's Fall.
I mean, it wasn't bad at all, actually. I mean, it was Raph's, or not Raph. Yeah, it was Raph. His first time through.
Okay.
So, the other, at least 4 of us have only done it once. I've done it a couple times and things like that. So, I mean, it was fine. I mean, Raph did a whole lot of prep work, I guess. And
really?
Because,
good for him.
We didn't wipe on Oryx or anything.
Oh, good for him. A lot of times people, when they run their first raid, not to interrupt, they don't do any prep. They just jump in and think you're just going to hold their hand through it. But that's props to him, man, for actually doing some prep.
It's really hard to, I don't know. I don't think I could do that. Go into a raid blind and just.
I always have to watch a video. Even if it's
teach
canon.
me. Yeah. I don't know. To me, that's just asking for trouble.
Just why make it hard on yourself? At least get a refresher, at least what you're facing, at least what the mechanic is,
Yeah. Yeah, that's eek. Yeah, to me that's kind of scary. But yeah, besides that, I hit 1580 on my Warlock and Titan, so that made me feel pretty accomplished. I'm mainly cleaning out my vault, so that way I can go ahead and spend a whole lot of time doing the cursed lost sectors tonight. I can just pretty much
getting those,
go in and do that. It's either that or I go to whatchamacallit and just shoot everything with an auto rifle, pulse rifle, and a sniper.
Have you how are you doing on did you decide to participate in the Halloween event this year?
Not exactly, but sort of, yes.
Okay. I was just curious.
So, yeah, I wasn't going to, but then I was like, well, I want the shader. And then I was like, is the ship attainable?
Yeah. It's attainable.
I'm like, I'm at least going to try for the shader and the ship, I think. And then I do want some of the other masks, like the bread.
Yeah.
Telesto, I don't really care about, but that could be something passive.
I just got that. It actually looks good on my Warlock because I'm already, everything's void.
Oh, okay.
It fits perfectly. Yeah. It's a decent mask.
So, yeah, I'm at 10 of 35 lost sectors.
I'm at 30 of 35, I think. Then I'll get then you get what, the Savathun mask. Yeah, I definitely want to get that one. I don't know if I'm going to get all of them, but it's just been busier than I expected. I'll let you talk. I mean, I'll tell you what I think later, but anything else going on? Or
one thing I did want to mention is kind of like what's spurring me to do it all is the fact that I'm almost already done with gilding it already.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it's like I've got 2, it'll be 3 once I actually get a lost sector on Nessus, but I can't get those to save my life. So yeah, I'll have basically 3 of them done for gilding, and then I just need the 30,000 pieces of candy.
Yeah, that takes a while. I'm almost there. I think I'm at 25,000 or something. But you know what I've been doing? I haven't played a lick of Gambit, Crucible, or I did the one Nightfalls, when I did it with Kingsley and them, but in soccer. But other than that, I haven't even done it. You know what I'm doing? I've just been running down, getting my gun bounties, and getting the page at a time out of the lost sectors. Any of them, you get a page.
Yeah,
I know it's a little grindy, but I'm doing other things too while I'm doing that. I know.
Yeah, I'm sitting on 30 spectral pages right now. So
okay, you need like 100 and what was it? 230 or something. It was a lot.
Yeah, I think. Let me see. What number am I up to right now? I think I'm up to.
I'm on the last row.
14 pages right now.
Okay. Yeah, I'm on the last row of pages. So I don't know. We'll just see how the weekend goes. I got a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah, exactly. It's like if I get it, I get it. If not, then I really don't care.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I'm not reading any of the lore, so I kind of feel like I'm cheating myself.
I've been reading a little bit. I got to catch up, but yeah.
Yeah. But really, it's been kind of just a chill week, not really doing much.
Mm-hmm. It's a slow time for Destiny right now, for a lot of people.
Yeah, it is. And I think it's kind of by design, actually. I really do.
I kind of like it, actually. I know there's been some of our community's been jumping over, playing other games, like the new Modern Warfare 2. It's out. Was
God
tempted.
of War comes out in a little bit.
That's right. And, I've been tempted to do Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 because that's where I cut my teeth. Well, that was the actual Call of Duty game that I really went down deep on is Modern Warfare 2. Back when Infinity War made it.
Yep. Infinity Ward. Yeah.
Did I miss the D? Yeah. Infinity Ward.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep. But yeah.
Infinity War would be a movie. Yeah, that's true.
True. Yeah. But, yeah. I mean, but I do though. I think that, I guess we can talk about it later, but I think that to a degree though, it's like nobody likes this season.
We'll just get into it here. I'm enjoying it. You know why I'm enjoying it? Because it doesn't require too much of me. It's for just an extra little event. I'm getting just about everything done by just doing my gun bounties at the gunsmith, doing some of the planetary bounties, which I normally do anyway, and just getting the pages in lost sectors. I haven't really been too focused on, farming the haunted lost sectors. I just do them as I go and pace myself through the week. And before you know it, I've almost got everything done. And I really haven't had to really kill myself. Granted, I've spread it over 3 weeks, the full event. But, a lot of people, they just like to get in there and crank it all out in the first 5 days and they're done. And they're like, well, this is boring. But I'm just pacing myself, just doing what I normally do in my normal routine every day. And I look down and I'm on the last row of pages. So
but I'm not talking about just like the event though. I'm talking about it's like there's a lot of people out there that are unhappy with this season. In general.
Now, when you say that, you mean because the story ended so quickly? The weekly thing?
Well,
you think it ended too early?
Not just that it ended early, but it nothing happened with the story.
Well, there's supposed to be an epilogue, right?
Well, we don't know that, but we assume it. I guess it's been data mined and things like that.
Okay.
But it's just there.
It's a little bit, I think it's at least 2 weeks longer than the last season, I think. They stretched the season out a little bit, so that's going to give us a little dead time too, so.
Well, yeah, but I also just think that it's by design because, think about it. Modern Warfare 2 comes out.
Yeah. God of War. Next week.
Yeah. Those are like the big keystones. So people will have enough time to play those, hopefully finish them, and then they can go ahead and, go back to Destiny at the beginning of December.
Isn't it great? We live in a world where we have so many different things we can play. Gosh, man, maybe I'm just very nostalgic in gaming, but I remember we had a cassette in our Nintendo, and that had to last for months. We didn't have many other options because you had to go buy another one, and my parents weren't going to go spring for a new game after just buying one. I remember when we got the cassettes for the Super Nintendo, that game lasted at least a couple months before we were able to get another game. Now we can just flip-flop any which way we want to.
It's a different time, though.
I mean, that was
a different time.
And maybe that's why I'm so positive when it comes to the new technology in gaming, because I'm looking at it from old eyes that used to, have to trace pixels on the screen. But just the realism and just I was thinking about this today. We have come such a long way in gaming, and I cannot wait to see where we go from here to either. But, I think a lot of our Zoomers out there, I think they just take it for granted that, the internet was there when they were born already. And gaming and online, and hell, I didn't play my first online multiplayer until I was PlayStation 3. I want to say was my first online gaming. Man, you look back, that's a long time ago. Mm-hmm. Anyway, just reminiscing, I guess. Anything else going on?
I get it. Not too much. No, what about you?
Well, I have a few things to get off my chest this week. I figured this would be a best place to put it. First, I did want to mention, I do have another podcast I've created. I know. I closed down the Battlefield Players podcast because, let's face it, I'm not going to be playing Battlefield. Let's get honest here. It's not going to happen. So I closed that show, and I said, well, since I closed that show, then I already had an idea of making an audio form. If anyone's been listening to this show in the last 6 weeks, I kind of changed gears with my YouTube channel where I'm starting to produce videos for the new players or the returning players that are trying to figure out what the hell is going on in Bungie and Destiny 2 right now. And just little things that they might have not have known about, like seasonal artifacts, even something as basic as that. So I've already written the scripts for the videos, and I said, it just makes sense. Not everybody has time to watch YouTube videos during the day. They got to work or whatever they do during the day. And I figured, why don't we put out a podcast that offers the very same thing, but in an audio format? And that's what I've done. I've already got a couple episodes out, and I'm going to put them in order of what I think, kind of synchronistic as far as the order. That way, like the first episode is about, hey, I downloaded Destiny 2, now what? And then the second episode is about the seasonal artifact and the things you need to know about it and what I would use or get for it. And the third, fourth, fifth videos out there, or episodes I'm going to release will be they will always be based on a video doppelganger, I guess you could say. In other words, in the show notes of that episode will be the exact video that pertains to the audio version. So it's kind of like just an audio mirror image. Not exactly mirror image, but mirror image of the actual video that I released. So, and some of it may not translate the best. Some of it may need to be more visual. But for people just listening during the day, like where they're at work or something, it might be just a way to refresh themselves on what to do, or I'll throw some tips in there as well, or what stuff that I would go for and stuff. And I figure, what the hell? So it's called Destiny Help Desk. And, that's about it. I just released it a few days ago. It's available on Apple. Everywhere you listen to this podcast right now, it's out there too. Same exact areas. So I did want to mention that. The second thing I want to mention is we just released one of our extra podcasts, Hazel, Playing Favorites. Our new episode with Glaive Monkey, not Mr. Monkey, and Rodimus. That one came out this week as well, so check that out if you haven't already. It's called Playing Favorites. I know there's other podcasts out there called Playing Favorites, but this was kind of voted by our community or suggested by our community. I said, what the hell? Let's run with it. So it's Playing Favorites, and all I can tell you is it's the one with the big storybook on it and a bunch of stuff kind of flying out of it. That's the best way to and it does say with Gatr and Hazel at the bottom of the title if you're getting confused on what to pick. So, I did see, the movie Black Adam with my son. Was it Wednesday, a couple days ago. And Commando is, just about my age, and we have pretty much the same taste in movies, it seems. And he said it was decent. He said it was a decent movie and that it wasn't like mind blowing, but it was very entertaining to him. And I have to admit, it was very good. I just had one pet peeve with Black Adam. DC, you gotta stop with all the slow motion action. It's getting tiresome. I mean, if he's going to do a stunt or some kind of backflip and use his shield or whatever, you don't have to slow it down for us to fully look at every time. And it just, the slow motion breakdowns in the action scenes was just getting a little tedious. That was my only complaint. But I gotta say, The Rock has got to be one of my favorite superheroes right now, because you know why? He just doesn't give an F. He doesn't care. He's like, yeah, you're a hero. You can't kill people. I don't care. I can kill people. I don't care. And just that attitude. I just love that nonchalant attitude. So I thought it was a good movie. Story was, it's a superhero movie. What are you going to do? I'm watching the new show on Amazon called Peripheral.
I started it. Yeah.
I'm liking it so far. The new episode, actually, I haven't watched this week, so I'll be watching that after the show tonight. I'm really liking it so far. It's like a modern Matrix type of show.
Sort of. Yeah.
It's kind of the same. It's kind of the same, idea. But anyway, except it's a little different, but kind of the same. I don't know. You have to see it. And lastly, second to last thing, I was looking ahead. My wife and I are going to be going to Utah, the Salt Lake City area. And, we wanted to go to Bryce Canyon and do some hiking up in the mountains. My wife's never seen those mountains, and we were going to plan on doing some hiking. We were hoping the temperatures were going to be like high 50s, low 30s, which I can handle. But I was looking at my premium weather app and extending out 2 weeks from now. And if it goes to plan, it's going to be like high 20s to 30 and low of teens to 8. And I don't know if the old Gator can handle that. So we're going to the outlet malls this weekend to try to find a jacket. Go to, North Face or somewhere and see if we can find a decent jacket, because I got this thin Florida blood and I just don't know if I'm going to be able to handle that without shivering to death.
That is absolutely like prime Floridian right there.
I'm born and raised, man. I'm born and raised Florida. And it's going to show when I get to Utah. At least the winds are only going to be like 10 to 15. If they get any higher than that, man, those winds just rip through me when it's cold. I was in DC one time and it just ripped through me. I could not get warm. And, of course I had a cheap leather jacket that sucked. So I'm learning. I'm learning about, I'm getting educated about layers and, talking to a lot of people about how to dress up at least mid or up in north areas.
Oh my goodness.
I know. It's pathetic, isn't it?
It really is. Cause I'm like, it's like something like you take for granted when you're outside of, I guess, Florida.
We are really sheltered in Florida. I mean, it was 88 degrees today, and it's it's just 70 right now.
It was 75 today. So
nice.
Here. So that's not bad at all. I'll take that. Well,
I was talking to Kingsley and he said, the snow usually doesn't come yet. And they were talking periods of snow right now over there. Yeah. I'm like, oh no, I do not want to drive in ice. We got a rental car and everything. I'm getting a little apprehensive. I'm not a very good driver in the snow and ice. I don't know much about it. So I'm hoping for at least some clear weather. We'll see. And then last thing we need to talk about, Hazel, is the Discord problem.
The Discord problem.
The problem with...
How about Rodimus again?
No, it's always Rodimus, but not this time.
You're talking about Brittany?
No, Brittany's fine. Don't mess with a pregnant woman. Leave her alone. Brittany's fine. She's doing fine. I touched base with her. She's doing okay.
Are you talking about... Oh, go ahead.
I'm talking about the show questions. Rodimus did some organizing today, and shall I tell our listeners how many questions we have in backfilled?
I mean, I'm sure they know.
They do?
I'm sure.
Okay. All right. Well, let's just say we have a question problem, okay? And the questions are really starting to stack up. And I know in past episodes.
Wait a minute. I'm sure somebody just faked like they didn't know this. Like, what? Really?
What?
I'm sure like somebody's listening right now and they just heard you say like we have a question problem and they're like, what? No way.
Well, I mean, I know at the end of every Discord question segment that we usually say, if your question, we don't forget about any of our questions. If you send us a question, it's right there. We're not touching it. Well, I don't know if we can promise that anymore. We've come to the point where we're 230 questions behind. I'm just going to rip the Band-Aid off, Hazel. We have 230 questions we have not answered from our community. And I want to, I'd love to point the finger at good old Hazel here, but you listen to our show every week. We set aside at least an hour of our show just for questions from you guys. And it's just to a point now where I don't know if we can answer every question. That's hard.
I still want to try.
We're going to try. We still want to try. I want to try to spread the love around. I want to make sure everyone gets a chance to ask a question. So I guess the new saying will be every week we'll take a sampling of questions from our community and hopefully it'll be yours and we'll try to answer it the best of our ability. So I just want to get that out there, Hazel. I know it's, we're going through a little bit of a flux right now as far as how we, as you probably heard in the last couple episodes, Rodimus is now another mod in our community. And he has taken that job very seriously. He has really gone to town on the questions for the show channel and really cleaned things up in there. So thank you, Rodimus, for your work, buddy. We appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
I threw it when Brittany became a mod, I threw it at her and said, listen, just clean it up the best you can. I didn't really give her any direction. And, and she also wanted to leave stuff in there that someone maybe commented about that you might want to mention in the show. So it was real vague on how we wanted to handle that. So, no fault to Brittany at all. And I mean, my God, she's having a baby. I mean, come on. She's got bigger fish to fry right now. No, I didn't mean that in a bad way. Yeah. So I want to mention that. I don't know how you feel about it, Hazel, but that's my 2 cents.
I don't know. I still want to try.
Okay.
That's just my thing.
We're in denial. Yeah. That's okay.
Yeah. I'm in denial about this 230 question problem.
When Rodimus told me that today, I just about hit the floor. I was like, no, I figure we're probably, maybe 30 or 40 questions behind, but no.
Well, I mean, probably like a quarter of those are his.
You're probably right. He might have manufactured some too.
So he's probably like out there, like deleting his own questions.
Well, speaking of Rodimus, he wanted me to play this right off the bat. So, buckle up. There we go.
Well, good morning, the two of you. So I'm going to lay out a challenge for you. If you can get through 20 questions in today's episode, I will let you change my name for a week on the Discord server, and I won't complain one bit about it. So what do you think? You game? But if you can't answer 20 questions, I get to change both your names for a week. So what do you think? Toodles.
Oh, Rodimus, you scoundrel. You scallywag. What do you think, man? 20 questions. Do you think we can do 20?
Oh, boy.
This is probably... You don't think so?
We can try.
Well, hey, speak pipes count. I got some speak pipes too, so they count.
Do they count?
Yeah, they count. Yeah, I mean, they're questions, right? Technically.
He didn't say that.
He didn't say Discord questions. He said questions. 20 questions.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're going to do this, man. We're going to do this.
Okay, I like this loophole thing.
Okay. So. All right. I like this. All right, let's do it. All right, Hazel. That means it's time for this week at Bungie. Hey, Hazel, we need to record another ad, my dude.
Haven't we done enough of these?
Yeah, I know, but we're getting feedback from our community that they're getting old, so come on. Let's just do it real quick.
All right. Do I need to run this by Laz first?
No, we're fine. Hey, everyone. We just wanted to let everyone know that if you're looking for a clan, we have a Destiny 2 clan, and we invite you all to be a part of it.
All we ask is that you join our Discord community and just enjoy playing the game. We will communicate with you there, and you'll also be assigned a special clan role as well, and a channel.
So look for the invite link in our Discord, in our GDC clan channel, or you can click the link right down there below in our show description.
Yep, our Discord community is pretty awesome. And we have hundreds of active, like-minded Destiny 2 gamers in there. Also, we have a special 100.io bot that can put together groups or whatever you want to get done.
So hit that link, join our community at discord.gg/GuardianDowncast. And if you want to be in our clan, just let one of our mods know, and we'll open the door for you.
All right, enough of this shameless plug. That's it. Cut.
Okay, fine. Jeez. Later, Guardian.
Laz?
No, okay, I'm out. All right, Hazel. 11th week of Season of Plunder. What is going on with the TWAB this week, man?
Okay, so in this week at Bungie, they look to the future. But first, in order to do that, they have to look at the present. So what they did is they talked about the events in Seoul and in India, and they gave a shout out to Direct Relief and Team Rubicon for basically, their efforts in helping those areas and the events that happened there, the tragic events. So yeah, it's just a good thing. Like, when Bungie does those events where, hey, you can donate for Team Rubicon or Direct Relief, that, that your money is going towards something good.
Yeah.
So
they
just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah. They're always, they try to help everyone, it seems. Anything going on.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yep. And I actually looked into Team Rubicon, and I don't know if you know this or not, but it's actually a bunch of veterans.
Really?
Who came back and, either couldn't find jobs or wanted to do something more meaningful.
Mm-hmm.
And they ended up finding Team Rubicon and working with them, and they get deployed and go out and do humanitarian aid and trying to lift in blocks and trying to rescue people and stuff like that.
Very cool. It sounds military. Team Rubicon. Right? Yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Good deal.
Yep. All right. So, okay. I did this is the main section of the TWAB here. It's to abilities and beyond. So I did this kind of differently. So, pretty much, we'll see what you give us feedback. So tell me if you like this style, and then we'll go from there. So, the goal of basically they are, going to make some tweaks to some abilities coming up. So with that, their goal is to more closely normalize power. And that means updating the outliers on the high end and the low ends. And they're looking for a 60-40 mix. So 60 being gunplay, 40 being abilities. And this is for PvP. So, what do you think about that 60-40 mix, by the way?
Well, you know me, man. I want a gun game, but I know I can't have that. So, I'd rather have 70-30, but I guess 60-40 will work. I come from games that don't use abilities like Battlefield and Call of Duty, so I'm not used to, people flying in the air and shooting me with a bolt of lightning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a new thing.
Yeah. Or a Titan slamming down on me and electrifying the ground, things like that. So,
nobody uses that anyway, but yeah.
Yeah, right. I guess, I got to be happy with that, I guess. I'm okay with that as long as it's more than gunplay. As long as gunplay is more than abilities, that's the main thing.
Yeah. The thing is, though, is that you have to take into consideration that's the raw numbers, 60-40.
What do you mean by raw?
So that's not counting
before mods and stuff?
Mods and things, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, okay. So they talked about solar first. So when it comes to solar, restoration got nerfed. Just throwing that out there. So if you want to do any solo things, get that stuff done before December 6th, which is when the new season drops. Now, the next one here is for Radiant. Radiant got nerfed. Now, I loved what they said in the TWAB. There were no drawbacks for using some of the fragments. So they actually increased some of the things when it comes to the nerfing of Radiant. So now it's like they give -10 to your strength. is one example that they did to some of the fragments. So I just love the fact they said no drawbacks, and then they went ahead and gave it some drawbacks.
Well, I mean, didn't they mean by that statement that there was no risk? There's no aversion. Well, I mean, there's no risk reward there.
There was no penalty. There was not really a penalty, but there was no there was no negative.
It was automatically. You have to use these. Yeah.
Yeah. It was all positives, basically. It was like, there was no drawback to it, basically.
Okay.
I mean, you just threw it on and you were fine. Okay. Knock them down. Hunters, I'm sorry. So, damage resistance to dead shot is what they've given it, but no more bonus time duration for it. Okay. No damage resistance to marksman. And blade barrage. Reduce the number of projectiles from 5 to 3, and blade barrage itself goes down to 20 from 24 knives. Yeah.
Oh, that hurt.
Yeah. But wait, but here's a good thing. Okay, here's a buff. Mm-hmm. Celestial Fire for warlocks. Buffed the close range melee so they can maybe win a close range combat.
Oh, there we go. Perfect.
Yeah. So, we'll go ahead and we'll nerf them, nerf the hunter there and, and Titans as well. So,
yeah, why not?
Okay.
Sure.
But hey, the warlocks can win a close range slapfest.
There we go. Good news.
Okay. Yeah. So what do you think about the solar ones?
I don't think that's fair, but I was playing along. But Celestial Fire, I mean, yeah, I didn't think it was strong enough, usually. I mean, if you have a shoulder charging Titan coming at you and Celestial Fire doesn't kill him, yeah, that's kind of sucky, especially when they can kill you, especially if they have the greaves on.
But that involves an exotic, though.
Well, that's true. That's true. Celestial Fire does not. I understand. I don't use a lot of solar. You know what I use. I'm a void lock.
You need to expand your horizons.
I'm not saying I haven't used them. I've tried them out and stuff, and I'm sure I could get really good with them.
You need to try it for more than just like a couple runs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I usually run with, when I'm doing a raid or something, I'm usually the one that'll put well on if we're needing it. So, I'm using it. I forget to use Celestial Fire half the time in PvE, but in PvP, it's, I don't think it's very strong. I mean, it's not one kill. It's not one shot in anybody. Not that I know.
Nothing one shots anyway.
Yeah. Well, I think they should one shot.
You think melee should one shot?
I can see you steam rising off your head already.
All right, moving on.
All right, I won't troll. I won't troll anymore.
Okay, we're going to go back. We're going to teleport ourselves back to a year ago when everybody was like one-shotting everyone in the Crucible and everything.
Oh,
and
God.
You're like, man, I got hit by a Titan and it hurt and it killed me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, so Void is next.
Yes.
Overshield got buffed by 50%.
Ooh.
Yeah. Zoinks.
Ooh.
Hey. Nova Bomb. Vortex got a buff.
Good.
Wah. Titan Shield Bash got a weird buff where it helps with applying suppression to enemies. But in true Bungie fashion, the Bungie giveth and they taketh away. So, Hunter Shadow Shot. Deadfall Tether lasts for 12 seconds now instead of 8. And Mobius Quiver lasts for 6 seconds instead of 8. And a fun fact here is Invis, no change. But it is on their radar, though.
You said pun? It's on their radar. You're not on radar when you're visible. Never mind.
All right, moving on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sick of your BS. Yeah. Gee, you know what though? I just hope that warlocks don't get any more buffs. Touch of Thunder got nerfed when it comes to storm grenades. There were slight nerfs, but it's still going to be kind of impactful, unfortunately. Ballistic Slam got a buff in PvE. Tempest Strike got a buff in PvE as well, as did Arc Soul for fucking warlocks, Lightning, Chain Lightning, and Chaos Reach got a reduced cooldown. Well, can we say it's going to be Season of the Warlock next season?
I see nothing wrong here. All good news.
Well, hey, okay. Maybe Stasis will help us. Maybe Stasis will give us a chance.
You know they're going to help you out with Stasis, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Slow. Increased movement speed penalty while slowed by 10%.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Cold Snap. Half second of seeking with those. Hey, Osmiancy gloves. Great. So warlocks just got that. Nice. Okay.
There you go. You put your Osmiancy gloves back on. Ozzy. Never mind.
Duskfield grenades increase slow stacks application rate on players by 13%. Revenant, Winter Shroud, moved up from 1 fragment to 2 fragments.
That's nice.
Same with Cryoclasm for behemoths.
It gives the Titans a little more utility.
By 1 slot.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, here we go. Okay, here comes a nerf I'm thinking.
Okay.
All right. Shadebinder.
There we go.
Reduced cooldown on Stasis Shard for Glacial Harvest creation from 6 to 15. This is another buff for warlocks.
Like I said, I don't see any problem here. This looks good to me. Good job, Bungie.
For Glacial Harvest, they reduced the cooldown on Stasis Shard creation per 6 from 15 seconds to 10.
Well, we need help.
You don't need this much help.
Well, I mean...
My God, they're giving you the whole season.
I need to learn how to use this class. I mean, I know how to use it, but not like,
Okay, moving on.
Not like
Whisper
Frostbite.
of Rending. Bonus damage to stasis crystals and frozen targets for all primary ammo weapons.
That's nice.
Instead of just the kinetic primaries. So that's really cool.
That's going to be good.
All right. So that's everything regarding that. Just go ahead and say it's good to be a warlock.
No, that's okay. I don't feel you can just stay on warlock next season. Why not?
No, I'm not. I'm going to delete my damn warlock.
I have to give you kudos. You stuck through thick and thin. You stuck with your warlock this season. I thought you would bail a long time ago, to be honest.
I wanted to.
That's good though. You're learning new things. See? You're learning new things.
I am learning that I don't like warlock.
You're more well-rounded guardian now.
And I don't like warlocks. I ran warlock last night in the raid, and I felt like just so bummed.
Did you use your Ozymancy gloves? There, I said it right.
No, I didn't. I was using Arc and Solar.
Okay, Wells, gotcha.
Yep.
Well, good.
Okay, moving on. I don't know.
Sound like someone took your puppy. I swear, man.
I do. I mean, because honestly, reading about this, it makes me not want to play next season.
No, come on. I'm
serious.
Come on back. It'll be fine. Nothing to see here. We're fine.
I'm serious.
You'll be fine.
I'm sure, we got that one lone guy. It's a hunter working at Bungie. He always throws out some OP exotic. So it's something that's super innocuous, like G Falcon,
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay. When I'm invisible, I can juggle and I can do this. And it's like, okay, well, how is that going to be utilized in the game? That sounds crazy. And then you use it and you're just like, oh my God, this is amazing. And then it ends up being dismantled, or you can't even use it for half the damn season.
They stuffed them in a locker. It's like, get out of here with that shit.
Exactly. The Warlock's like rise up. But yeah, I mean, I'm just really not looking forward to next season. I'm looking forward to the story wise, but these nerfs, I mean, this is a lot.
See, okay. All right. I won't troll you anymore. I see when I play my favorite class to play on my hunter is the knives, the throwing knives is the one where you throw a bunch of knives at, what the hell is it called?
Blade Barrage.
Blade Barrage. Jesse would always say.
Exactly.
Justin.
Blade Barrage.
But yeah, that's going to hurt. I already think it's not the strongest right now. I think there's even in the Blade Barrage. It's okay.
Blade Barrage is one of the top tier.
Oh, yeah, that's right for DPS. But see, I'm usually doing it to clear ads and stuff, and it's okay. It's all right. But I mean, a Nova will do the same thing, clear the same amount of ads. I don't know. I'm going to miss it. I'm going to miss it if they bring the knives down from 5 to 3.
I mean, you can always use Star Eater scales, though.
Yeah, I do have that exotic. I haven't used it before. We'll have to try that out. I dabble with Titan and Hunter. Let's face it. I'm a closet Titan. I love Titan this season. I'm having so much fun playing Titan. I'm just punching everything, man. I'm living through my Titan what my Warlock can't do. And, then I don't have time left for my Hunter usually. It gets left at the very last. But Titan is so much fun right now. It's a lot of fun. So, I mean, yeah, I think what they're just trying to do is I think they've looked at they're seeing what people are really using a lot in trials and in PvP, and they're just making adjustments. I mean, if you look at trials right now, if you look at trials report, Warlocks are probably the least used in trials right now, and that's never been the case. It's usually been pretty even. Suck. I'm telling you, the arc is, I mean, I was so excited when the new arc subclass was coming out. I thought I'm going to be able to use my chaos reach and just own people and just melt stuff in PvE. And it's been abysmal. They really didn't do anything to that. If anything, they hurt it. So I'm kind of happy that they're correcting a few things like that. When it comes to playing arc, that's what I loved doing, was the chaos reach. Anyway, it sucks, but I think maybe it'll balance things out and people will try other things. I don't know. I just did get my Ozyhomancy gloves. I'm going to try those out.
I don't know, man. I'm just super bummed by all of this. And I think it's mainly just the fact that Warlocks got so much stuff given to them.
Given? We're the thinkers, man. We're the strategists.
That's lore, man. I'm talking about Bungie, opening up the hatch and going hey, you know what? Here, take this.
Hey, I embraced the dress a long time ago, man. I don't know. Just always have liked the utility of Warlocks. I just seem like when I'm playing my Titan or my Hunter, not this season, but usually they're a little weaker than my Warlocks as far as survivability, and that's what I usually look for, is survivability in PvE.
What?
Yeah, I do. That's why I love Devour. I just love Devour, man. I've been using Devour for years and years, ever since Destiny 1.
See, that means that you need to change. That means that needs a nerf.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That means it needs a nerf.
Nerf? No.
Nerf.
Hardly anybody plays. Hardly anybody.
It needs to be nerfed.
Don't you pull that shit on me. Nobody plays Voidlock. I'm one of the very few people that are still blinking around with Voidlock.
It needs to be nerfed.
Whatever. Now you're just trying to get me mad. You're trying to get me upset. That's all right. That's all right.
I'm just saying. I mean, if you're crutching on it that much for that long,
I just mastered it.
It needs to be nerfed. It needs to be changed up some.
You know what they need to do is bring back Shatter, where we can throw 3 mini Nova bombs out there. I miss those. I whiff my Nova Bomb all the time, man. It's so bad.
Well, see, that's on you.
Yeah, but that's
a get good thing.
I've been using Voidlock for a long time, man. And it's just hard to use sometimes. It's hard to predict where it's going to go. It has a mind of its own once you let it go if you're using Cataclysm. Now,
what are you even talking about?
At least the Vortex, they're going to increase the speed a little bit. That's good. It'll get closer to Lance, but not fully there. But remember Lance? When they had Lance in Destiny 1?
But see, that's the thing, man. It needs to be changed. They need to do some changing to the Void and get rid of, or not get rid of it, but just
make it stronger. Is there anything else in the TWAB?
Yes.
I'll push the bus back in the lane.
So, new dungeon, December 9th at 9 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, and that's a Friday for anybody out there.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Lighthouse is haunted. Look for an email, probably on November 7th, about to pick what map you want to do, either Anomaly, Cauldron, or Pacifica. The Bungie Bounty started today, November 4th, and it's going to be going through November 8th. So be on the lookout for any of those people to get in those events, find out what is going on, and then maybe you can snag yourself a neat little emblem.
Yeah, and these are this is not just streamers. This is the actual.
It's not streamers.
Yeah,
these
it's
are
the dev team. Yeah. I like it.
Well, no, it's not the dev team. It's the community moderators and stuff.
Oh, that's right. From the forums. Right.
Yep.
I remember.
Yep.
That's cool. I like that.
Bungie sent out a PSA to basically say, hey, you can buy some of our stuff. So feel free to do some. Halloween art. Bungie sent out a note here too saying PS5 players stop playing PS4 version.
Oh, I was going to mention that. I'm glad you did.
Yep. Console update. They updated the graphics for last gen systems. You're welcome. XOXO Bungie. Shit's broken. Movies. Art. I should go. Hippie.
Yeah, I saw that story today, and it's not real, just talking about the PS4 version on PS5s. When you first buy your PS5, you have to look for a little bitty tag that says PS5 at the very bottom of the game, and it's not real easy to see. So if you're getting a PS5 and you're carrying over, your games that you already have, make sure you switch out that PS4 version for PS5. It makes a world of difference. Big difference in how you see it. So yeah, and that's what they were saying. They said, we notice a lot of people are still using their PS4 versions on their PS5. And that's because it's very subtle, the differences between the two. You have to look for the PS4 underneath it. It's very small on PlayStation Network. And then just look for the one that says PS5. And, you'll have to discard and then re-update. But you won't lose any of your data. Everything's saved there. You just are updating the faster version of the game. All right, that's all I need to say. All right, Hazel. Thanks, man. Don't look so down. It's okay. We're going to be fine.
Is falling.
It's going to be fine, man. It's going to be fine. All right.
It's like, come on, man. It's like a storm cloud. It's only going to last for 5 seconds instead of 6.
All right, Rodimus, be ready, buddy. We're doing that next. Community questions. Be right back. Hey, Guardians. Would you like to send a question for the show to us? There are 4 easy ways to do it.
First, join our Discord server. There's a join link in our show notes. We have some great gamers in there, and you can just lurk or hang out and jump right in and talk to us, whatever you'd like to do. There's also a channel labeled Podcast Questions where you can type in your question for the show.
You can also email us at guardiandowncast@gmail.com, or we also occasionally tweet about our upcoming show and guest, and you can respond there with your question at Guardian_D_cast is our Twitter handle.
Finally, you can send us a voicemail with your questions at speakpipe.com/guardiandowncast, all one word, and we'll play it live on the show.
Thanks to all of you out there who do listen to our show. And Toddles.
And later, Guardian.
Hey, man. That's my line.
What?
Yeah.
Says who?
It's in the script. It's my line. All right, boys and girls. It's that time of our show where we answer questions from you via our SpeakPipe voicemail system or through our Discord in our podcast questions channel. And, we got a lot of questions, as Rodimus has probably shared. A lot of questions. So, 20 questions, Rodimus. I think we can do this, Hazel. Hey, by the way, did he say we could change his name for a week or a month? Do you remember what he said?
I believe it was a week.
Okay, so you get 3.5 days to change his name, and then I'll tag team and change
I think we should do it where you change it for a week, I change it for a week if we get through 20.
Ooh, I like that idea. Okay.
Oh.
All right, good. Okay. Well, I'm going to start out with a SpeakPipe then. This is from, hey, you know what? We haven't heard from Arisen Phoenix in a while.
Oh, God.
Let's see what he's got to say.
Temp number, I don't fucking know because everything keeps breaking. Last weekend, the wife and I had a very rare date night or date weekend opportunity. So we picked 5 or 6 movies, 5 or 6 dinners, and 5 or 6 desserts, and just rolled a die. And it's a thing we really like. So this past weekend, we had delicious food and picked up some dessert the wife really liked. I had none because I don't have a sweet tooth anymore. But then we got to the movie, and we ended up with Everything Everywhere All at Once because Gatr highly suggested it. So, question for the show. What the actual fuck?
You recommended it too.
I recommended it like a week later or 2 weeks later.
I thought it was good. It's definitely not a movie you're used to seeing. It was definitely out there.
Yeah. It was different and crazy and fun. I mean,
I thought it was, and I wasn't the biggest fan of it, by the way. I mean, at the time, I think the new Matrix was out.
You were under the Matrix influence.
Maybe that was
so it made everything else look better.
Yeah, that was no. You're putting words in my mouth. No, that's not what I said. No, I thought it was an interesting movie, and my wife loved it. She loved it.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I mean, to me, it was like really heartfelt, and I don't know. I kind of identified with, all the characters to a degree.
Yeah, it was. I'd like to see it again because I didn't know what I was seeing at first because I didn't have any preconceived notion of what this movie was about. Now that I've seen it, now I want to go back and see it a little bit more in depth. Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody knew what they were in for when they were watching it. So yeah.
Yeah. You know what, Arisen Phoenix? I give it a B. Next question. All right, Hazel. Let's grab one, man. That's one, by the way.
This fucking guy.
What?
Okay.
Here we go.
So, from Fluffy Chappy Hands MD.
Okay.
Would you rather have a pet Admiral Puppet Master Nips and Unicorn Hybrid, or a pet at Fluffy Chappy Hands MD Flying Donkey Hybrid? Yes, they are rideable. No, not like that. And each has a lifespan of 99 years unless taken to the farm.
Fluffy? What were you smoking, dude?
He was smoking all the things, I'm guessing.
Oh, actually below he says, because Nips called him out, and he said, no, I'm actually just sitting at the table with my kids. And they mentioned it in the conversation. Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Woof. What are you taking? Shit, you ask it. Okay. I'm going to take the unicorn. I like the Admiral Nips unicorn.
Yeah. I think I'd like to do that too.
Donkey just doesn't roll off the tongue very well.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like every time I think of donkey, I either think of Shrek or I think of, Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah. Yeah, Shrek came to mind too. Nice. Yeah. That's two.
It's going like, you donkey.
Yeah. Exactly. All right, that's two, Rodimus. Okay, I'm gonna switch over. We got one from Nitro TJ.
Hey guys, Nitro TJ here. And recently in your most recent podcast, y'all talked about the state of Crucible. And I thought I'd kind of put my 2 cents in there.
Nice.
As a person who pretty much doesn't play Crucible anymore. Like, I haven't touched it since the few matches I played with skill-based matchmaking when it dropped, and then after that I've been done. I haven't touched a single bit of it. Personally, I think Crucible is in the worst state it has ever been in. Now, I can get on any other game. Now, I said y'all said something like this, where it's not the same as every other game, and yes, I do believe that. But I can get on any other PvP style video game, Call of Duty, Battlefield, I can't think of all of them right now.
Valorant.
Hell, friggin', oh God, what's that one? The For Honor. That one, I can get on pretty much any other style of PvP game and almost get a positive KD almost every single time. But for some reason, Destiny 2, I have never once gone into Destiny 2 PvP and felt any kind of fun whatsoever. Destiny 1, I used to be an absolute unit. Like, multiple flawless wins in trials. Absolute unit. Now, I personally think that Destiny's PvP will never be as good as it was in D1. But personally, I don't ever seeing it becoming anywhere close to how it was in Destiny 1 PvP, because I feel like that was 20 times better than what we have now. Now, all the quality of life changes are amazing for the PvP, but something's different from Destiny 1 PvP than to Destiny 2 PvP that's not just quality of life changes. Like, I have never once, I can use meta weapons, like God roll meta weapons, and just get ran through every single match. Like, I have never once in Destiny 2 PvP history that I can think of where I have been top 3 on the leaderboard. Like, I have absolutely hated Destiny 2 PvP. So, I mean, I never thought about jumping into y'all's scrims, because I just feel like whatever team I would get placed up against, I would feel like I just get placed up against a total letdown. I'd be a total, whoever I would be placed up with, I feel like I would let them down, because I'm absolutely terrible.
I'll let you address that. But I'll let you address that.
Honestly, if you guys want me to give it a shot and come in there and play a scrim once, maybe twice, I'll give it a shot. You know, at least I'm going to have some fun with it. I know I'm going to be able to have some fun with y'all guys, but personally, I don't understand the Destiny 2 PvP sandbox. Like, I can't. I've never once gotten close. The only time I've been flawless was when my buddy took me through it and absolutely carried me, and I got less than 4 kills through the entire 7 wins that we needed. I think I got 4 kills. And I was using meta weapons. I just don't understand. So, sorry for the long question. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Nitro TJ. Appreciate that, man.
Yeah, thank you.
That's a lot to unpack there. You wanna address it first?
Oh man, my heart broke. I don't know even how many times when he was talking.
Yeah.
Oh man. Wow. I would say definitely join scrims.
Absolutely. And it will be. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just going to say that Monkey is really good with his system of making sure the teams are even. And I doubted it. At first, I doubted he could do it. But that damn math of his, he's got it all figured out. And I have to give you guys kudos. You guys got a good system. I think it's better than Bungie's. I really do. I've never had such close games playing, even for fun.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing. Like, it may be for fun, but it still is. I mean, it's still serious because we still care.
We do. And it's all about getting better. It's a good environment to learn. Oh gosh, there's so much to unpack here. Yeah. I'll just agree.
I mean, yeah. So, I mean, okay. So with it, what we do is, I experimented last scrims. And what I did was I used, because there's a number that Bungie has. It's called a combat rating. And with it, I went ahead and I used that to sort teams. I received hate mail for using that system.
What? Who gave you hate mail?
I'm pretty sure you could guess.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it was not fun. It was not fun.
Okay.
So that's basically what it was basically like, cause Bungie, they take into consideration, like if you, like if you're on win streaks, loss streaks, things like this. Now, if you think about it, with them doing skill-based matchmaking, everybody's win and loss streaks are going to be kind of shit.
They're going to be, if it works correctly, there should be about a 50% win-loss rate on average.
Exactly. So it almost negates that completely. But it still factors into it. So like what Monkey does is he measures like headshot rate and then some other things, but nothing that's like too crazy. I mean, it's all like game things. So like Gatr, like you complained one week because I used the Monkey rating and I paired you up against everybody who had mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, I was one of the few on controller, and what you did is you actually put all the more experienced players, let's just say, and you had us play each other, and then you had another pool of people that maybe didn't have as much experience, and they played each other, and you basically separated two tiers of players and put them on each side, and they never played each other. And
well, we did at the end.
Oh, well, of course. And it proved your theory. It proved your theory right, that you did the right thing, because the higher skilled player teams pretty much easily won against the lower skilled player teams. I mean, it was pretty simple, but when you did that, you always expect to have a team where you can roll a little bit on, or at least have a little leeway, or even just play around a little bit and not be so serious. But that night that you paired us all up, we all had to play our A game. And you're
well, yeah. I mean that,
but that's
that to me. Well, it's not even that. It's just that to me is, I mean, that's what you should expect. I mean, I think when we play it like that for that group. Because, I mean, that's like the top tier players going against each other.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong. I've played real scrims with really good players in a pool of good players. Someone invited me in Warcry into a private scrims one time, and it was all hands on deck, man. And, we were like, it was our first scrim ever, and our heads were spinning, but it was fast paced and you learn quick what worked and what didn't. So, yeah, I was fine with it after I thought about it.
Yeah. Well, Monkey and I, we do a debrief virtually every week.
Nice.
To find out hey, how'd it go? what went well, what didn't go well, things like that. So when you said that about being paired up against mouse and keyboard players, we don't have a way to separate that.
Yeah, I realize.
But the thing was, though, is I went in and I was like talking to Monkey. I was like, is there a way that we can see about altering this? And what it ultimately came down to was no. So, but that being said, though, we did go ahead and he altered his formatting for it to basically say that, it shouldn't matter because of how he measures it.
Right. Okay.
So going forward, it shouldn't matter if they're on mouse and keyboard or all console or whatever.
Right. Okay.
Because headshot percentage is still going to be a headshot percentage.
Mm-hmm. Were you done addressing his question?
Well, I did want to just throw out there that, I mean, TJ, definitely get in there. I mean, I think that, as Gatr said, there's a lot to unpack there. So I don't know when you started playing PvP.
He said Destiny 1.
Well, I mean, in Destiny 2, I'm not sure. I mean, if he took a break, if he came back, things like this. Mm-hmm. But it's been skill-based matchmaking recently.
For Control.
Yeah, for Control. But, I mean, if you played before, like, 2 seasons ago, it was just connection-based. So it's entirely possible that you were getting rolled or that, I mean, just whatever was going on. So if that's the case, just keep that in mind that, Bungie prioritized connection based over skill based. Now with skill based, it's going to take maybe a week to 2 weeks, maybe of solid PvPing, for it to actually figure out where you fit.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say it.
So, yeah, like I played 3 games last night and I averaged, in my first 2 games, it was like a 2.25 for the 2 games that I played for the first 2.
That's good.
And then the third game, they put me in a different tier and I went 0.5.
Yeah. That's where the 50% win-loss rate comes in.
But that's not even I was way outclassed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, it's not even like a 50% kind of thing. For me, it's like, I mean, I don't know. It's like they put me in a different tier. So, I mean, to me, that shouldn't count. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It should be thrown out as far as a stat.
Right. Exactly. I mean, correct. So, but I don't think it does it like that, though. I think it just counts, hey, it's a loss. Sorry, you suck. Get good.
Right. Okay. You've addressed the scrims part of it, and I'll leave that as it is. I think you explained that perfectly. Don't record that. Here's what I'll say, Nitro TJ. Back in Destiny 1, you have to remember, the Crucible was very vibrant back then. People loved it. When Trials was first introduced, they had so many streamers grabbing the attention of so many players. You brought so many new players over that were playing Call of Duty and Battlefield that were watching people play this game and jumping into it and loving it. And what is one thing that Destiny did? Every DLC, they had 3, 4, 5 new Crucible maps. It was always changing. There was always new weapons. There was always new, everything was always changing. The Crucible has kind of been just kind of rotting on the vine. And I don't know what Bungie's thinking is here. I don't know if they've just decided to just put all their time into PvE because that's where a bulk of their player base goes to. Because it's definitely higher than the Crucible count right now. But other than Disjunction, we haven't had a new map in a long time. And if you don't have any new content or new carrots on the stick for people who play Crucible, then they go somewhere else. They leave. So what you're left with, unfortunately, are all the diehard Crucible players. And I've felt it. I've definitely felt it when I've played. And you're playing more of the elite players. And even with skill-based matchmaking, like Hazel said, you're going to have games where they're going to throw you in with those elite players. It's just bound to happen because the player base is not as strong as it used to be. Now, that being said, I have not played a ton of Crucible this season. Because if you look at Twitter, there is so much freaking drama going on. It is such a dumpster fire on Twitter. Every time I look, someone's tweeting about something in the Crucible that's just crap. Doesn't really get me excited to jump into the Crucible.
See, I don't care about that. I don't care about the drama. I mean, I'm just all for, hey, you know what? I want to go ahead and I want to play, so I'm going to play.
Yeah, one thing I would definitely encourage you to do is when you're playing Crucible is to, it might make at least it does for me, it makes your experience a little bit better, is not to always play solo. Play with a team, play with some guys that like to play Crucible a lot. I know Fluffy's in there every morning before he goes to work, and I should jump in and see what he's up to, but I do something else. I have a different routine that I do, but you should probably find 2 or 3 guys in our community, and there's plenty of people who play Crucible, and you'll get, where you'll meet those people? In the scrims. Because everyone who loves to play or PvP or wanting to get better into PvP usually is jumping in our scrims, which is every few weeks or sometimes weekly, depends. But I would encourage you to join our scrims, meet and start gaming with some of the players in our community, and you'll probably find some similarities with a lot of players in there, and you might actually find friends that might want to jump in and play trials on a weekend. And yeah, you might get your butt kicked, but when you're you're playing with friends, it just doesn't sting as much. You don't take it as personally. And, I have not totally changed my view on Crucible when I play, but I try not to take it so seriously. It is a video game, and my life is not going to be affected by my KD every game. It really isn't. So I'm always looking to improve and stuff, and that makes me get hard on myself. That makes me, it makes me get difficult and analyze what I'm doing in the game. So for that reason, maybe is not the best thing, but the scrims is such a safe environment to jump into and try new weapons, try new things that you might want to try that you would get stomped on in a public game. So I would encourage you to do that. And, Crucible, you're probably right. Crucible's not in the best place right now. And I really don't know where I don't know where Bungie is going with Crucible in the future. It's been very, very questionable on what they promised they're going to bring back a new map every season, right? From here on out. So let's see.
No, not every season.
But they said every season they're adding a new map to the game. Either bringing one back or bringing a new map. I could have sworn I read that in a TWAB before this season. Remember Disjunction was the first season? Came with a new map?
Right. I think they're going to bring back, maps.
Yeah, that's what I said.
D1. But also they're making new maps. I think it's every one per year, maybe.
One per year? I thought it was once per season. One map per season.
But
I'll have to go back and look it up.
Yeah,
it's neither here nor there. But
yeah, but they still need more maps. That's the thing.
My point is it's very, very, it's very lean right now, and I really don't know what Bungie's thinking is here, and I have to believe that they have some plan. There's something they have in the works. I don't know. I'm sorry, man. That's the best I can answer your question without going into a full tutorial about PvP. But
one thing that he said is that, that he goes into other PvP and he does really well.
Yeah.
But then it just comes to Destiny and it's just, I don't know, doing calculus and stuff, I guess. I think part of it is like you said, where it's a different ball game. So it's like you've got somebody throwing smoke and lightning, and the meta is always changing, unfortunately. So you don't know like what is going on and things like that. The other thing that it might be is depending on what he plays, the TTKs are different in
Destiny.
I was
going to say that too. Yeah. When the TTKs are very low, it usually means you can get lucky on a shot and kill someone before they even see you. There's no time for them to react. But in Bungie, if you start shooting at someone, they have at least a chance. And I've gone round and round with people in our PvP community. I think that means this. I think it takes more skill. And oh boy, I'm gonna get flack on this because the time to kill is longer in Destiny. I think it takes a little more skill to play the game versus spray and pray in Call of Duty and kill someone in like 5 bullets. I know I'm gonna get flack on that, but I personally, that's what I feel. I mean, I feel in Call of Duty, people are just going to sit in corners and shoot you as you run by them because the time to kill is so fast. Unless you have really good reaction time, and this is the reason I don't play Call of Duty anymore. I can't run through a map, and one, I have to know the map very well. The radar's not super visible unless someone puts a UAV up. So there's times when you're running blind. Bungie, on the other hand, always has radar up. They're encouraging a fight. They're encouraging players to magnetically come together to fight. And that encourages more 1v1s, at least I think it does. Valorant, yeah. I haven't played Valorant, so I can't talk on that, but Battlefield and Call of Duty, there's no special powers, there's no special abilities. It's a gun, a grenade, and a claymore. That's it. And it's all about gun skill. Where you have more abilities and you have people who figure out how to manipulate those abilities like Monkey does, it can put you at a really good advantage. You can't get that in Battlefield or Call of Duty. It's all gun skill in Call of Duty or Battlefield.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's true. One thing I did want to throw out there is that if you really do want to get better at it, one of the cool things that we do for scrims is we actually will do like a little debrief after every game.
Right.
So one of the coolest things I think that we do is that, because I got to talk to, I think it was Nessie and
Ghost?
No, it was Nessie and Austin.
Oh, okay. Austin Darksaber.
Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah. Fuck me running. Yeah.
Don't get near him. He has a throwing knife. I learned that.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. They're serious about their PvP.
Mm-hmm. Canadians can rock, man. They can play.
Yeah, they don't have anything else to do. I guess it gets cold up there and they just jump into PvP games.
That must be it.
But
or chase moose. What's a plural for moose? Mooses?
Meese?
I don't know. Anyway, you were saying. I do like that feature. The fact that you guys debrief, like someone's killing you over and over again in the game, and you can ask them, dude, what are you using? I was getting killed so many times by you. What are you using? And they'll be open with you. I'll say I was using this, and I was using this, and I have this perk on this weapon. It's how you learn.
Yep. But I was talking to Austin and Nessie, and I was like, hey, can you look over my build and see like, you know, or, I mean, I didn't even have a build then. I was just like, hey, can you like just tell me like what I'm doing wrong? Mm-hmm. And they were like, okay, well, you're running a hunter, so you want to spec into mobility so you can have your dodge, and then do this and do this and do this. And I was like, oh, wow. Okay. This is like a whole new ball game.
Yep.
So
it's really helpful. I have to admit, I was skeptical at first because I've been in some of these scrims before and they can get really nasty, very, very hardcore, but I really like how we've laid stuff out. It's very friendly for anyone to jump in, even if you've never even been in PvP before.
Yeah. So that was the hope. I mean, I really want people to get better at PvP. Mm-hmm. So I think that's the thing.
I just want more people to play it so I can play with them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think we have 18 or no, maybe 15 people.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to be running late. I can just tell you right now. I got bowling. I'm going to try. I'll be doing my damnedest to get there as quick as I can. Hopefully I'm not the odd guy. Just have to see.
Well, you will be odd anyway, but yeah.
Well, I mean, everyone wants to teabag me, so that's fine. It may take me a few minutes to get there. I'll do my best. I said that when I joined as a reserve, so, but we'll see how teams shake out. All right. Well,
Yeah.
Hazel, let's, wait a minute now. That's 3.
We're fucked.
No, come on. We got this, man. Hang in there. Be strong.
Okay. We
Pick some
are.
fast ones. Pick some quick ones.
I'm trying, man.
Okay,
but
all
we
right.
spent forever and a day talking about that
Well,
one.
that was a good question.
That was a good
It's
question.
like a topic of the week almost.
Yeah, exactly. Can we move it there and then?
No, we
That's
can't.
one last question.
I can't do that.
Okay, yeah.
We
good
got
call.
time. We purposely did it a shorter show so we can meet Rodimus's demands.
Is that really what we did?
Not really, but it's working out that way.
Okay. So Hades has a secret question for the show.
What?
Yep. Question for the show. Open when recording. This is Hades, the spooky pirate.
Okay.
Who would win in a fight? Batman or Kevin McAllister? Both get prep time. Amazing.
Oh, from Home Alone.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Okay, I know. We're on the clock. Jeez. I don't know. He's older now. He's not such a small kid anymore. So I think Batman can take him. He's not as limber as he used to be.
Well, I'm pretty sure Batman would just not, he would be all for punching a kid.
He would? Yeah, he's pretty dark.
Yeah. You know.
There wouldn't be any laughing. That's for sure.
Yeah, he'd be like, I'll make you an orphan. And there you go.
There's our title.
No. That's not good.
No, we won't do that. We won't do that. All right. What do you think?
Okay.
Oh, you already answered it. Go ahead. Let's go with another one. That's 4.
All right. Oda.
We're screwed.
We are really screwed. Question.
Okay.
If you were in a Metal Gear game as a villain, what would your name and power be, and how would Snake defeat you?
Oh, man. God, I haven't played that game in so long.
Yeah.
Oof. What would my name be? Jeez. All right. I'm just going to say Exterminator because I'll still love that name. What would my power be? I'd probably have a backpack with all kinds of go-go gadget coming out of it. Maybe even have a laser beam or something. How would he defeat me? He'd get me on my back like a turtle, and I couldn't move. With my heavy backpack on with all my extra guns and stuff and gadgets. There you go. That's the best I can do on short notice.
I like it.
Exterminator.
I'll go with Mr. Nut.
Okay. What are you doing?
I'm throwing hazelnuts out at him. And they're bombs, and he has to crack them and then throw them back at me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Good thinking on your feet. Nice. That's 5.
I can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Come on, we got this. I got a question from Technical here. Let's see what he has to say.
All right, attempt number 5. What's up, guys? This is Technical. So about a month ago, I ordered something that was pretty expensive and very important, and I still haven't gotten it, and it's missed the ship date quite a few times at this point. I've been on the line with the customer service folks with the company that I ordered it from, and basically they can't tell me anything about it.
Good feeling.
They just keep saying, well, it's delayed. Oh, it's delayed. And I ask them why it's delayed. They can't tell me. So question for you guys is, when was the last time you had a poor experience when you paid someone a lot of money for either a goods or a service? Thanks.
Oof. Well, let me answer his question first. Technical. You know where your product is that you bought? It's sitting off the California coast, waiting to come in off the big barge of containers. I guarantee you that's not gotten much better. That's probably why they can't tell you, because it's still in a container offshore. What do you think, Hazel?
When's the last time
Spent a lot of money on something and been disappointed, or? Oh, I got one.
I'm trying to think. I mean, I'll be Mr. Ray of. I'll be a ray of sunshine.
Okay.
I'm going to say my college degree.
Oh, shipping the actual degree to you?
No,
what?
like actually like going to college and paying money for it.
Okay. Oof, that went over my head. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Mine's not quite that clever. I actually, I'm known to go to Amazon and buy everything for my wife on Amazon, and it just all ships. All comes in boxes. I wrap them up and boom, we're done. I hate shopping. If you haven't figured that out yet. I ordered something really nice. It was I'm trying to remember what it was. I think it was either like an Apple Watch or it was the main present. You know, you have your main present at Christmas, the big present that they open last. Yeah. And this is, I hope Amazon doesn't do this anymore, but back then, this was probably 5 or 6 years ago. They would say, you know, they tell you when you buy it, you'll have it before Christmas. You'll have it on the 18th. I'm like, oh, right. Perfect. Well, the 18th rolls around. You go to customer service or you click on your orders and it says, expected delivery December 20th. You're like, oh, okay. It got delayed. No big deal. Okay. No big deal. Got delayed. It's still before Christmas. We're good. 20th arrives. Still not at your door. You go back to your orders and then what they do basically is they just keep moving the line. They don't tell you, oh, it's back ordered. I don't think they ever tell you that. I think what they do is they just keep moving the goal back and back and back and back. Well, January 18th is when I got it. So being that I sunk all my money into that gift, all I could do was put it in a box and say, I'm sorry. This is what I got you. And it won't be here.
Here's a picture.
It won't be here until the after Christmas. Sorry. That is such a bummer, man. I hope that they don't do that. They don't do that anymore.
Yeah. I ran into that once where I got my wife a hat from like on Etsy and my dumbass didn't look and see where it was coming from.
Oh.
And it was coming from like Prague.
Oof.
I'm like, what the hell? So, and they were like guaranteed Christmas delivery, and then it didn't show up until I think February.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You got held up in customs, maybe. It's a hat. Come on, man.
Yeah. Well, it was knitted and everything. And
wow, handmade.
She had it for like a week and then our dog shredded it. It was
oh, great. No. Oh my God. That's a terrible story. You're just full of sunshine tonight, man.
I mean,
shit.
I'll try to pick a better question.
All right, fine. Go ahead, go for it. Oh, wait a minute. That's 5, right? Is that 5 or 6?
That was 6.
6. Good call.
You realize we're going to screw up. And
hold on. I'm going to write sticks on my paper here. That sticks? Is, you know, marks. That's 6. I thought
you meant like the band.
No, I'm not writing that. No. Okay. So we got 6. 6 knocked out. Come on, man. 14 to go. Shit.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Here we are. Metal Giles, question for the show. I've been seeing this sentiment on weapon perks in a couple of tweets and wholeheartedly agree. For Stasis, we have Headstone. Arc has Volt Shot. Solar has Incandescent, but there's no love for Void. Do you think Void will ever get its own perk? What would you like, or what would you want it to be? And what do you think Bungie will actually make it?
Good question. What was the perk what was that perk we had?
Wasn't it Volatile?
Volatile. That's what I was just looking it up on my armor. It was Volatile rounds were, that was a perk on a couple seasons ago on the season pass.
Oh, that was a seasonal mod.
It was a seasonal mod. If they put that on the actual class, yeah. I mean, they have no, don't get me wrong. They have a fragment that does do volatile, creates volatile, rounds, but it's very conditional. Whereas the other one was very, very easy to proc. So yeah, that's what I would say. Volatile rounds.
Yeah, I'm looking to see what it is here. I'm like, there's invisibility, devour, weaken.
It's not an aspect. It's a fragment, I think. I'm trying to, you know what? Can I look it up on my armor here? Let's see.
Explosion.
Let's see here.
Suppress. That's another one.
Yeah, I don't use suppress a lot. I end up suppressing myself usually.
It sounds like a personal problem.
It is.
Yeah, volatile. Echo of instability. Defeating targets with grenades grant volatile rounds for your void weapons.
Right. And they have to be the same class. They have to be void weapons.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
And the timer doesn't last very long. It's a little bit harder to use than I remember when we had the perk from the volatile rounds perk on that season. It procced all the time. I mean, you should see the builds. We just destroyed things with Void back then. This was back when when Witch Queen was released. That's when that's the last time
Void 3.0 came out. Yeah.
Exactly. Yep. I miss it.
Yeah, I'm hoping that they give us, they just tear the roof off the place and give us all the seasonal mods back that rocked.
Mm-hmm. I'm curious what they're going to do since there's no new subclass. Wonder what they're going to put in the,
well, that we know of. There could be.
True. Well, I mean, they just laid out what they're going to adjust, which is not fun, or it could be if you're a warlock. I mean, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. But
no, you're right. I mean, if you're, I won't say what I was going to say, but,
good call.
But yeah, but do you think, so you want to see them put volatile in there
yeah, absolutely. Headstone is great, man. But the great thing about Headstone is you can tie it in with your fragments. Your guns are always throwing Headstone up. I mean, let's face it, your kinetic weapons now are stasis. And you have stasis heavy weapons as well. So you can be throwing Headstone up all the time and get the perk and to get the benefits from the fragments that when you're near a stasis crystal or when you crush one. There's a lot of benefit there. It's strong.
Yeah. I mean, that does seem like a missed opportunity for Bungie. So yeah, I really hope that they do bring out something like volatile or, I just think that that's the way to go. That would be amazing, I think, because volatile seemed even more like deadly than incandescent and everything else.
Right. All right. That's 7.
Okay. Ooh, that's a really good one. Okay. I'm going to skip this one. I'm going to go to this one real quick.
Mm-hmm.
SV6 Mad. Question for the show. Favorite season you played?
That's easy for me. It's the initial season of Witch Queen. My favorite. What about you?
What?
Favorite season you've played?
Season of the Risen?
Yeah, the very first season that came with the actual release of Witch Queen. Because it was Void 3.0. We just talked about it.
Oh my God, man.
Yeah. As a Void Lock, that was my favorite season because it just unlocked all kinds of destruction if you were a Void subclass.
Oh my God.
And not to mention that tied in kinda with the Witch Queen story. I loved it.
You need help.
With Keitel.
You need help.
Why? Why? Well, what am I wrong? Where am I wrong? All right, smart ass. What's your answer?
Well, I had 2 that came to mind. My first thought was Season of the Splicer.
Okay. Yeah.
I loved everything about that.
You played the hell out of that activity, I remember.
I did, yeah. I even got the solo thing for it, for doing the last one solo and everything and not dying.
Mm-hmm.
That was my first thought. And my second thought was Season of Opulence.
Oh, good answer. That was a great season. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I got to admit that was good.
Season of the Risen. This fucking guy.
I like Risen. All right.
This guy.
That is 8. 12 to go. Can you grab one more?
Yeah.
All right.
Hades, the spooky pirate. Question for the show. When should festive music start?
Oh, you mean holiday music, right? What I mean by festive?
Yep.
Not till after Thanksgiving. I'm not a big believer in celebrating anything Christmas-wise until Thanksgiving is done, because you're pooping all over Thanksgiving. Let's give it its due, and then the day after, hell, even that night, go ahead, crank up the Christmas music. We always it's a tradition. My wife and I both get all of our Christmas stuff out the very day after Thanksgiving. Do I look forward to it? No, because I'm full of food and I'm tired. But she tells me to go up in the attic, and I do it if I want to stay married. So,
yeah, that's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. The day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, give it its due. Wait a minute, is that another one? Does that make 9 now? You got to help me keep count. You got to help me keep count. If we get off by 1, he'll get us on a technicality, and we'll have to change our names.
Well, his ass is already counting these.
Yeah, I'll make sure. If we have to add one in later, I'll make sure we do. I'll edit that out. Speaking of Rodimus, we got a question from him. Thanks, Rodimus, for sending your question in.
Well, good morning, the two of you. So I'm going to lay out a challenge for you. If you can get through 20 questions in today's episode, I will let you change my name for a week on the
Wait, does he ask a question? He might ask a question in there. We can answer it.
I don't think
he does. Well, good morning, the two of you. So I'm going to lay out a challenge for you. If you can get through 20 questions in today's episode, I will let you change my name for a week on the Discord server, and I won't complain one bit about it. So what do you think? You game?
So what do you think?
But if you can't answer 20 questions, I get to change both your names for a week. So what do you think?
He did ask us. He did ask us a question that does count, and yes, we're up for the challenge. Thank you, Rodimus, for your question. That makes 10. Thank you, Rodimus. We didn't answer it initially, right? Or we did, but we didn't count it as a question. Yeah. Well, then we're 1 ahead then. Good. All right.
Look at us.
There we go. We're halfway there, man. Halfway.
Okay. All right. How about you do an actual speak pipe now?
All right, an actual speak pipe. We got one from Hades.
What up, guys? Hades here. We got to mention in the last one, but hey. I don't know if you could hear my toast popping in your speak pipe. If you can, then it's 7:30 in the morning here. Okay, it's too early. Question for you guys. What is your favourite thing to have on toast when you just don't have to cook anything up?
Oh, perfect. That's a quick
answer. Love your show.
That's a quick answer. What are you putting on your toast, Hazel? Easy question.
Butter?
Well, he said the first thing, right? Yeah. It's going to be a nice spread, yeah. I don't use butter. I use we don't need to get into that. I just use a spread, okay? Let's leave it at that.
Wait, no. We ain't going anywhere.
All right. I used to use a product called Smart Balance. And it has olive oil in it. It's very good. It's very good. I like stuff with olive oil because it keeps my skin from drying out and stuff. And natural oils and unsaturated fats are very good for you. So I try to get olive oil in my spread, and I don't do full fat butter. And now, granted, it's very high in calories. It's like 60 calories per tablespoon. I know it doesn't seem like a lot.
We used to use that, but then we just went to Kerrygold.
Okay. So that brings me to
welcome to the Buttercast.
Yeah. I now use,
Soyonnaise?
No, almost as bad. My wife has turned me on because it was always sold out when I went to the grocery store.
Good place to pause. My wife turned me on. Okay.
Yeah. So I said, hell with it. The price went up. It was like $5 for like a little bin of it. So we're like, screw that. So I now am using Country Crock, but don't judge me yet.
All right, Grandma.
Don't judge me yet. It's called plant-based butter, and it has olive oil in it. And I must admit, it is 100 calories per tablespoon. It's very, very dense. But here's the thing. It's very concentrated. You don't have to use a whole lot on your toast. It's very, very salty, very sweet. It's perfect for me, man. All right.
No, wait. No. Okay. Now I got a follow up. Okay.
Oh God.
I hate you.
Thanks, Hades.
Yeah. We were supposed to have a quick question, and here I am like, wait a minute now. Hold on. So, okay. You said something that made my ears perk up. So, okay. Toast question.
Yes.
All right. Are you just drop a pad in the middle and call it done?
No way in hell. It's evenly spread on all four corners. I can't stand that pat of butter crap. Who does that? Are they just wanting to torture themselves? You're not that cursing, are you?
No. No.
It goes on it is spread perfectly evenly because I want to taste every bit of butter in every bite of my toast. I'm a big toast guy. Or a whole wheat bagel, same way. Here's what I do. Okay. This is way too personal. I love whole wheat bagels. And they're very hard to find because there's someone else at the grocery store that loves them as much as I do. So I go there on a different day because I know when they're shipped. I know when they get them in the store. And the bread guy puts it in the same place, kind of hidden every week. And I scarf them up. And I know the guy curses me out or gal, every time I grab those. It's the last two always. Long story. We don't need to get into it, but I put the same butter on. But what I do is I do 3/4 spread of the butter product. And then I put on that little quarter, I put on a nice dollop of cream cheese. It can be, garden vegetable based. It could be even blueberry based is really good. If you've never tried it, it's really good. Or just a good old chives and onion and chive, cream cheese. I'm telling you, it's really good. It's really good to mix in with the butter. What? I can't explain it.
What kind of monster are you?
I'm that guy that gets the donut with the sprinkles on one side of it. That's me. I'm that guy. All right. What do you first thing you put on your toast? You already mentioned it, didn't you? It was the butter.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you don't dollop the butter. You spread it.
Yeah. And,
heathen. I'm not talking to you.
Exactly.
I'm talking to the people out there who do it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not a monster.
All fired up. Hades. All right. What else? Oh, whoa. That was 11. I got my pen. That was 11. All right, Hazel. What do we got? 9 to go.
Trash Panda. Question for the show. What exotic would you rework and how would you rework it? Each class. I'm guessing armor?
Exotic would you rework? Each class? Oh man, that's a long question. Would you rework? Okay. Okay.
How about this? How about you take Warlock?
Okay, gotcha.
And
I got Warlock down.
I'll take Hunter, and then we'll both take Titan.
Sounds good. You have your Titan, and I'll have my Titan. Okay. Fair enough. I got Dim open. Let me get to the exotic. The exotic that I think is the most useless exotic on a Warlock is the Apotheosis Veil. It is the weakest exotic helmet you can ever put on your Warlock. And what does it do? It immediately regenerates health, melee, and grenade and rift energy upon activating your super. So you have to use your super, which is your most important ability, to fully recharge your other little minor abilities. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Nearby allies, of course, recharge class abilities faster. So there is that bonus. But this is not synergistic at all. It's making me waste my super just to get an immediate recharge on my things that I get recharge rates so quickly on. It makes no sense. How would I change this? Damn. It's easy to bitch about it, but it's not as easy to fix. Okay. I would say, how about the other way around? The faster you use your rift, let's just say you have to use all three. Your rift, grenade, and melee ability will not immediately, but maybe give it like a 50% boost to your super. That is synergistic and makes sense. The other way around makes no sense. Apotheosis Veil. Look it up. It's a stupid exotic. I have 2 of them. In fact, I'm getting rid of one right now. It's going away. All right, Hazel, you got Hunter. What's up?
Part of me wants to be funny and part of me wants to be serious. The one that has always sort of been I've always just been ugh, every time is, I gotta go with Lucky Raspberry.
Yeah, I don't use that either.
Every time. I mean, part of me wants to try it now in Arc 3.0, but I don't know. It just, every time, it just seems very meh.
See, increases the chaining of capabilities of Arc Bolt Grenade and has a chance to recharge each time it deals damage. A full chain always recharges. So it's a chance thing. That's kind of sucky.
Yeah, but it doesn't even buff anything. And it's the arc bolt too, so it's not even like that good of one.
Arc bolt grenades.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm going to get hit on that. Fine. Roast Gator this week.
But yeah, so I mean, arc bolt is that even still in the game?
Yes, it is.
Oh, my bad.
Come on, man. You're going to piss somebody off.
Well, no, I mean, the ones that, everybody uses are storm grenade.
Right.
I mean, I've seen lightning grenades, pulse grenade. Skip grenade. But, I'd like to see Lucky Raspberry at least get something like some sort of damage buff. Maybe make it on all arc grenades, not just arc bolt. That'd be kind of fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, any arc grenade. That sounds better because you're chaining anyway, right?
That'd be nasty.
Yeah.
All right. Tighten it up.
Titan time. Okay. Yeah, I've been looking at them here. What is the one I'm, I think the armamentarium needs a makeover. Just getting an additional grenade is just not good enough. It isn't, especially when you can manipulate grenade recharge rate pretty quickly now with aspects and fragments. Especially in the arc subclass. My God, man, I'm punching stuff and my arc grenade's like almost immediately back. It's crazy, man. This build I have. That was thanks to Native Raider, by the way. That's one of his builds. I watched one of his videos and just copied his dim. Yeah. Armamentarium needs to do more than just give you an extra grenade. And it says does not stack with top tree striker. So there, it's even limited even more. How about an additional melee and grenade? There we go. Now we're talking. You get an extra shoulder charge. Extras? Yeah, you get an extra grenade and an extra melee ability, like a shoulder charge. That makes it worth it.
Oh, that's OP.
Not really. Still got to use them.
Yeah.
But see, here's the thing, Hazel. We have so much power now with recharge rates being manipulated with this new UI now, this new layout, the way aspects and fragments are, that you can instantly get a lot of your stuff back anyway with the new Arc 3.0 now on Titan. Titan is just fun, man. Titan is the county fair right now. I just want to jump in and just do everything with it. County fairs. I used to love county fairs, the rides and stuff. Yeah, that's my answer. Armamentarium needs a workover. Let's add an extra melee charge.
I can understand that.
Mm-hmm. What do you got?
I'm going to go with everybody's favorite, Eternal Warrior.
Eternal Warrior. What is that?
It's
the stone face. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I got it in my vault.
Exactly.
Hold on, I'll grab it. Yeah, it's like, has to do with the slam, right? The overshield.
Yeah, Fist of Havoc, gain an overshield while doing it.
Yeah, I gotta admit. I'm sorry, go ahead. It's your choice.
It's just very meh. It needs something with it. Like maybe like it gives you an overshield before you die. Like once your health goes into red, it gives you an overshield.
It just, when you have that active, you're pretty much invincible. Have you ever been killed when you're in that super? I can't think of a time when I'm slamming and killing fools when I'm using Fist of Havoc. You can roam with it now, so even if something's really hurting you, you can back off and recharge and come back at them. Yeah, that makes no sense. Never used it. Never used it. Probably never will. Unless they revamp it. Well, what do you think they should add to it?
Well, like I said, I think it should be when you're like, near death, when you're critical.
Okay.
It should go ahead and.
Wait a minute, now let me clarify. While you're using the super, or you use the super to immediately recharge your health and get overshield?
No, neither. Just in general, like whenever you get critically wounded, it should go ahead and.
Yeah.
Give you an overshield.
Like the ACDCO, feedback fences. They're passive. People have to punch you to activate them. It automatically fights back. I like that.
Yeah, and I mean, it has a cooldown. Maybe put a cooldown on it of like,
Sure. So people don't spam
something.
it.
Yeah. So.
Nice picks, man. Those Bungie, get on it. Let's go. All right. That is 12. 8 to go, man. 8 to go. I got a speak pipe. It says, "Oh, hey, redneck."
Oh.
Oh, hey, Redneck here with a question for the show. I am currently on my way to work, so it got me thinking, what's the longest commute you've ever had for work? Or longest road trip if you've never had a commute for work, but mainly so long as you've had to drive to go to work. Normally I stay in a hotel during the week. I work Tuesday through Friday, but due to something that came up, I can't stay in a hotel this week, so I am commuting. And I have about a 2 hour, 15-minute drive in the morning and about 2.5 hour, give or take, drive going home. So my day starts about 4 in the morning and I don't get home till about 7:15, 7:30 or so. So safe to say I am exhausted and I still have another day left. So here's to hoping I make it through the week. I listen to your guys' podcasts to and from work, so that definitely helps me stay awake. Been catching up on all the old shows from the very beginning, so definitely enough to get through, which is nice. Company vehicle is also nice because gas would be absolutely atrocious. Next Friday is Veterans Day. They gave us the option to work next Monday for us who work Tuesday through Friday to make up that time. Safe to say, I think I will not be taking them up on that offer and sleeping in, which I normally don't do. I don't know what sleep is, but I think I'm going to figure out what that is this weekend. Anyway, yeah, so what is the longest commute, longest you've had to drive? Love the show. Have a good weekend, whatever it is, and later, guys.
Thanks, Oh Hey Redneck. Great question.
Yeah, thank you.
Great question.
Yeah, that was good.
Good question. What do you think, Hazel? What's your longest commute, man?
Yeah, so this was easy actually for me because when I was going to school, going to college, I lived in Dayton, drove to Hamilton, which was basically like a 50-minute drive.
Okay.
Every day. And then like on Tuesdays and I want to say like Thursdays, I drove from Hamilton to Oxford, which was like around like another 30 minutes. And then I would drive from there to Middletown, which was probably another 40 minutes. And then from there, I would drive back to Dayton, which was probably 30 minutes. So yeah, like all in, it was like 3 hours in my car, Tuesdays and Thursdays. And it was just brutal.
Did you have podcasts back then to listen to? Podcasts were like what, 2005? That's when they started. Probably 2010. Broad.
I don't know no, I had like my big CD case full of like.
Be careful, your age is showing.
Hey,
they all know we're old farts.
If you didn't have like a mixed CD, then you weren't living.
Or a mixed CD, exactly. I was going to say mixtape. That would definitely
mixtape. Yeah.
No, I would never have a mixtape. I don't know what you're talking about. What is a tape?
Yeah, never. Nope.
Yep.
Nope. Never.
You said CD case.
I grew up with that.
Not tape case. Okay.
Yeah. CD case. Tape case. No way, man.
No. Who would have a tape case? What an idiot. Yeah. I had I went to community college, Valencia Community College. That was the easy way to get my cheap 2 years of college out of the way before I transferred to Florida. And, I had to go to another campus across town in Orlando called the East Campus. It was a good solid 1 hour drive. And then you had to fight traffic certain times of the days. If your class was at a certain time, it wasn't feasible. So sometimes it was an hour and 15 minutes. That was a long, and I didn't have podcasts back then to listen to. It was more like, audiobooks on tape. MP3 MP3 player. Shit.
Lies.
Anyway, 5 hour drive combined, Redneck. That is, that's a lot. That's a lot of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel for you. I hope that improves for you. And get some rest. We'll be there tomorrow. Sure. Don't worry. You can listen to us tomorrow. Just sleep in. Just, you know what? Just put your head down now. Don't even finish this.
Unless you're driving.
Well, yeah, definitely not. She said she was sleeping in. All right, never mind. Thanks. Oh, hey, Redneck. Hazel? Oh, yes. Wait a minute. Hold on. That is 13. 7 to go. We got this, man. We got this.
Okay. Drafty asks a question that I think has already been asked, but he puts a little spin on it. What NPC would you put in an activity so you can beat up on them? And what activity would it be? Example, Devrim as a strike boss.
Okay. Activity you can beat up on them. Don't we all want to beat up Drifter's girlfriend right now?
Eris?
Isn't she kind of acting a little sketch right now?
No.
You don't think so? I was looking at the lore on her.
What is your deal?
She's been manipulating Drifter lately.
What?
All right, fine. Baby fallen? I'm going to get a lot of love. I'm going to get a lot of love. No, I was just kidding. No Smallin were involved in this beating up ritual. Damn. NPC.
I am horrified.
I'm going to, it can be past or present, right? Doesn't have to be in the game right now.
Sure.
Who's the guy on IO?
Asher Mir?
Yeah, I'll take him. I'll rip that damn
arm
off.
He was kind of a douche.
Yeah. Guardian. Never mind. I'm not going to do it.
Vuvuzela.
Exactly. Yeah, that's my choice. Yeah, I'm sticking with that. Okay. What were you picking? Were you picking that too? That is 14.
Well, actually, he's like a ghost now. Or not a ghost. He's a harpy.
Did they put him in a harpy body?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Easy boss to beat up on. Piece of cake. That was your pick?
Sure, he's a good guy. No. I'm trying to think. I mean, I know who I kind of want to say, but I don't know if I want the hate. I'll say it anyway. I'm going to go with Drifter.
You probably would split the group there on that. I think there's some people who wouldn't mind doing that. He's been kind of annoying.
Yeah.
He's flicking the damn coins in that
Crow. Yeah. But, I mean, I would definitely have to say Drifter. I mean, there's something about him that's just, I don't know.
I forgot about Crow. Can I change my answer?
Too late. Next.
Damn it. All right. That's 14. 6
and
to
what
go.
Activity? What activity?
Oh, I mean, just put him in a raid. Put him like a Golgoroth area, like a mid boss. He can come out and go, what's the probability of you beating me? Something like that.
You have to do math problems to solve.
Yeah, we have to bring Monkey in. Yeah. Yeah, there we go.
But yeah, I would say I put Drifter in Gambit.
Oh, wow. You can invade him. You can invade the other team and he'd be hiding somewhere from you. There you go. Like it. All right, 6 to go. That's 14. What do you got?
All right. Question for the Gator. How annoyed were you when you saw the Sparrow and Mask were up for Bright Dust this week?
I wasn't. No, I was fine. I was fine with it. No problem at all.
Why would he assume that there was a problem?
I'm just fine with it. Yeah. Next question. Oh, wait a minute. That's
okay.
15.
I don't
15.
believe you.
That's 15.
I don't believe you.
I was supporting Bungie. We're good. I'm fine. Nothing to see here.
I see.
I'm fine. That's fine. We're fine.
And I don't believe you still. But yeah.
Okay.
Cool. I'm glad you're fine though.
5 to go. We got this, man. Stay strong. Focus.
Let's see here. Oh, here's a quick one too.
Okay.
From decent D2 player, but festive. Question for the show. Why is Hazel a butthurt hunter? I mean, all squishy hunters are butthurt, but why is Hazel one now?
Well, if you noticed, I changed your name back to Hazelnut because the patrons ran out of time. They used 3 of their choices. If you're a certain tier Patreon member, you can change our name for a day. And they grouped Rodimus. Good old Rodimus. Good old Rodimus got a bunch of them grouping up, and they wanted to change your name for 3 whole days. And that is now expired, Rodimus.
Oh, darn.
So you can change your name to whatever you want now, Hazel.
Okay.
So yeah, question asked, question answered.
Well, the reason why is actually Rodimus answered it for me because he's a wannabe Titan main and got his feelings hurt when I brought up Cade's death. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's where that name came from. Okay. Gotcha. That is that 16?
I believe so.
You got to help me here, man. I don't want to lose on a technicality.
You're the one with the notes.
I know, but it's just like you with the timers, man. Every now and then I miss one. All right.
Well, if you miss one, then we just keep moving. You know, we get to do like 21.
We should probably do an insurance one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
in
what I
case
was
he's counting them. Okay. All right. I got to speak.
You know he's going to count.
I got a speak pipe from Speak of the Devil. I got a speak pipe from Rodimus. Another one.
Good morning, Guardians. It's been a while since I've sent a speak pipe in, so I figured I'd start this wonderful fine morning with a speak pipe. I know that each season, your barrier and your unstoppable and your other champions, you're required to use a certain weapon. Do you think it's about time Bungie should just unlock it for all weapons so you're able to play with the weapon that you enjoy playing with instead of forcing you to play with other weapons that may not be that great that you have or whatnot? Just want to hear your thoughts. And anyways, toodles.
All right, Hazel. That's an easy answer.
I was looking at questions.
Just say yep.
What was it?
Just say yep.
No.
What?
You said say yes. So
I was trying to help you, man. He was asking if, that they have certain weapons assigned to champion mods every season. Shouldn't they just let it be for any weapon now?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There we go. Question asked?
No.
What?
But
no.
yeah.
What do you mean no? I give up. All right.
It shouldn't be.
That is 17. 3 to go.
It should be per slot, I think.
It should be, shouldn't it be like a permanent one you can put on a piece of armor? Like if it's a gauntlet mod, then maybe have it just on gauntlets for just anytime you have it equipped. That's what he's asking, I guess. Can you use it for any weapon?
It does kind of suck because you can only, they only go on your arms. So that means you got to put those on instead of reloaders.
Right. And I'm not using a bow to use on an overload champion. I'm sorry. I'll be using my machine gun.
Really, really well.
I'll be using my machine gun. Thank you. With my machine gun scavenger mod on from the season. All right. That's 17.
Okay.
3 to go. Hey, we got one from a new member.
Yeah, I was going to actually call us out. Well, okay. Here's one from decent D2 player, but festive. Mm-hmm. Question for the show. Can we have a Christmas channel, please?
Well, I'm all for one. Why not? I can always mute it. Right?
Okay, moving on.
Does that count? That's 18. 2 to go.
Okay. Question from I Am Half Pedro.
Oh, new member. Welcome.
Yeah. Question. What about a 4th class in Destiny? What kind of character would you think of? As a complementary idea, do you think Bungie should refine the class, making them more different? Some ideas, less speed on the Warlock, less or no energy for Hunter, weaker weapon for Titan, etc. I'm listening to your podcast for a month now, 6 episodes, and you guys are doing a great job.
Thanks, man.
Aww.
That was nice of you to add that to it. Thank you for that. I've been thinking about this for a while. I think we even talked about it a long time ago. I think there should be some kind of scavenger class. You know, in Battlefield, they have a support class that offers ammo. Wouldn't it be great to have someone in your team when you're raiding and you need heavy ammo and you just call out for it and the scavenger class just throws it out for you? I think this should be in a game. Instead of worrying about finding bricks, you literally have a guy on your team or gal that you ask for it and it's part of one of their special abilities that can throw out a heavy ammo brick for you. You can pass them out like tokens before the encounter starts or whatever, you know, if you don't, have a recharge stave.
Be kind of cool, actually.
That's actually isn't that a good idea? I actually came up with a good idea. I'm patting myself on the back right now.
I can tell.
Okay. Good question. Good question. What do you think, Hazel? What are you going with?
I mean, okay, I'll say yes to that, except one thing. It has to be a fallen.
Oh, great idea.
It has to be an Elixni.
That's a great idea.
Because they're like scavengers anyway.
Yeah. They are. They make do with what they have. Yeah. You can have like a small one and like a backpack too. Just as for effect. Like on his back, her back. Yeah.
You're sick.
Don't throw the baby.
Thank you. I am half Pedro.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for listening, by the way.
Yes, thank you.
That sir is 19. Let's do 2 more just in case he's counting.
Yes.
All right. Oh,
okay. We'll go out on SpeakPipe.
Good.
Okay. But, fun fact, I do want to do another question as well.
Go for it, man.
So Sauced Waffle, question for the show. Why is the Goop Troop the best raid team?
And why is Gatr not part of the Goop Troop? Good question,
Sauced
Waffle.
That's probably why it's probably, might fit right there, actually.
I just want to be part of the Goop Troop, man. How'd you get that name?
Yeah.
How'd you get the name Goop Troop? I'm just curious.
You had to be there.
Damn it.
Yeah. Sorry about your luck.
All right.
But he says, LOL, in all seriousness, do we think that the new raid coming with the Lightfall will be a long one like Last Wish or a shortish one like DSC?
I think that the raids going forward are going to be like the raids they have now, post Destiny 1. They're going to include where everyone has to do their job or the encounter fails. I think they're sticking true to that. I don't think it's going to be putting baby in a corner anymore and letting them just shoot ads. I think it's going to be all hands on deck, and I like it. I like the fact that everyone is involved, and I must admit, I like the attitude of our, I've been in some of the raids too with like Toll and Sauced Waffle. I love how they jump in and want to learn a new job, I like that. Good attitude. So yeah, I don't think it's going to change at all. I think we're still going to be role based and everyone will have their thing they need to do. It'll be about lengthwise.
Yeah. Thanks for answering the actual question. Yeah.
Sorry. I had to throw my opinion in there. Shortish. Don't know. No more Last Wish raid links, please. It's the one raid I avoid because it takes so much of my night to do it. And I know there's people out there that can get through it in an hour and a half. I know. I see you out there. But for me, it just doesn't happen that quick. The encounters are just take a little time, especially if you have a new member in there. Yep. Thanks, Sauced Waffle. What's your answer, Hazel?
I think it's going to be the same length as Vow. I think that's going to be the common length for all raids, I'm guessing.
And that is perfect.
Because if it goes any longer, then it's like, ugh. Because I even kind of have that feeling about King's Fall. It's like King's Fall's just a tad bit too long.
Yeah, maybe. I like King's Fall, though. It's just one of my favorite raids. I'm biased.
Yeah, I mean, I like it too. It just goes on just a tad bit too long, though, for me. So the question I wanted to ask actually was Magic Mike. Mm-hmm. Speaking of Lightfall and raiding, question for the show. If you guys were in charge of making the next raid for Lightfall, what would the enemy be? Where would it take place? And what would be the steps involved in it?
Oh, man. That's a loaded question. What would the enemy be? Where would it take place? And what would steps be involved in it?
Yep.
Gosh, that's so much speculation.
I know what I want to say.
Please. I need to think on this.
Okay. So, I think that it's going to be, if we're going with this, my idea, I know I just said I want like a medium-sized raid, but this will be a long raid. And I want it to be like an actual MMO kind of raid where you actually have to get like power from the raid, like get like drops from it. Mm-hmm. So that way you can go on and continue more.
Like build your power as you progress through the raid through each encounter.
Yes. And it might take like a week or two to actually beat the raid.
That's a great idea. I like that. I like that mechanic.
So that would be one idea there. But I'd want to say that I want a 7-part raid. And it would be putting together Nezarec so we can kill him.
Oh, yeah. That's right. That's part of the lore.
Because did you know what Nezarec did?
I was just starting to read I was just starting now to read. I'm not in the full lore yet, but I've heard things and I've got it drawn up, ready to read it and get into it. In other words, no, I don't.
Do you want me to tell you?
Can you tell me?
Okay, so spoiler warning here. Apparently, Nezarec is the reason for the collapse.
What?
Yeah.
Really? What, did he bring darkness?
What the hell?
Did he invite darkness into the world or something?
I guess, yeah. I didn't really
Well, we need to kill that fool.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm saying, let's have a 7-part raid. I mean, and let's put him together and then we can go ahead and kill him.
Isn't that? Yeah. Yeah. I like that idea. I don't think I can come up with anything better than that. Because that ties in the Nezarec thing with all the containers that we've been gathering this season. Yeah, That makes sense. Wow, I didn't know he was that evil. Jeez, man. Now, I've heard speculation that via Nezarec we're going to revive Osiris, or Osiris is going to snap out of whatever funk he's in right now. Do you believe any of that?
I have no idea.
I don't either.
I mean,
I just heard side talk about it.
I even heard a rumor that they were going to bring back, what is it? What was the one that, the special that, warlocks used to have where they could revive?
Oh yeah. Reincarnate, it was called Radiant, I think. Radiance? It was called Radiance. I'm pretty sure.
Was it Yeah, Radiance, yeah. Mm-hmm. So, but I've heard talk that he's gonna use Radiance and come back.
Oh man, please bring back Radiance. Then when everyone's dead and everyone is saying, okay, just wipe, and you pop up and revive and chain revive everyone. Save the day. Hero moment. Yeah.
Yes and no.
All right. Is that the one you want to end on? Before the speak pipe?
Yep.
All right. The speak pipe I have to finish out is very apropos to what's coming this Sunday. And no one will know about it until it already happens. I'll just let Hades talk about it.
Oh, what's up, guys? I don't know if you guys have daylight saving over there. Probably could put a solid 30 seconds research and figure that out, but hey, I think we're recording now. What was it? I've lost myself. This is one. Yeah. So, if you haven't got daylight savings, basically, clocks jump an hour ahead in the summer, because the sun comes up far too early. Jump an hour back to normal time in the winter. Autumn. That happened this weekend. So I'm sat there on the sofa, drinking coffee, and for some reason my phone's calendar decided to keep everything at the right time instead of moving it an hour. So it pops up and says, hey, you start work in 20 minutes at 8:30 on a Sunday. I don't think it through and just panicked. Luckily happened to have the Rotor app on my phone. So I look and realise that actually I start work at 9:30 on a Sunday, which is still far too early. But yeah. Yeah, too early in the morning. Question for you guys is, have you had anything similar where technology just decided it hated you for 5 minutes and threw a hissy fit? Love ya. Have a good one.
Did you hear that fully, Hazel? It was a little blurred.
Yeah, I
Got the gist of it?
Yep.
Okay. What do you think?
Oh boy.
Guess have we had any panic moments like that where technology didn't forward or backwards the clock for you automatically?
I guess. I mean, well, my wife turns off the alarm every morning and just lets me sleep. So, I mean, I woke up today and I absolutely just freaked out because I'm like, oh my God. It's like, what time is it? What's going on? What day is it? So, I mean, that's kind of on par with it, but, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess I kind of freak out every time there's daylight savings because I never know what the hell time it is.
Yeah. Can we please, for the love of God, get rid of daylight savings, please? Can we, wherever it's at now, or whatever we're got our clocks at now, which is still officially, as of tonight, still daylight savings time. Can we just leave it? My wife is tired of me arguing this with her all the time, but it naturally gets darker earlier as the earth tilts on its axis and our weather and our seasons move in and out. Why do we need to exaggerate that? Why? We don't have farmers that have to deal with that anymore. That's why they made daylight savings, is for the farmers, so they could get up early and process the crops earlier than because of the natural way that the daylight was changing. Can we just leave it alone now? Everything's automated in farming now. They just press a button and sit in the seat.
I'm sure.
Okay, I'm going to just get roasted this whole show. I don't care anymore.
Well, there's actually a bill in Congress that's...
I heard it's not. I got a news thing saying it hasn't gone anywhere. That it's not looking good for them changing it. I got a tweet about it today from some news agency. Yeah.
Interesting.
So, yeah, I know. I think they should get rid of it. And I'm sorry, Hades. I will give you I thought it was last week for us, like in the UK was last week. I don't know why you guys were earlier than us, but maybe it's something to do with time zones. I was looking at a wall clock in the morning while I was eating my breakfast, and it showed, I looked at the clock and it showed an hour. It showed an hour ahead, I think. And I can't remember. I guess it's fall back in the fall, spring forward in the spring, I guess. I wasn't thinking at the time. And I freaked out. I started looking at my watch. I started looking at my phone, and everything was like regular time. I'm like, what is going on here? This is freaking me out. Because my phone automatically switches it. iPhones do that. Turns out the wall clock battery had died. Yeah. All for naught. Thanks, Hades.
Amazing.
Thanks, Hades. Appreciate the question. According to my records, Hazel, that is 22 questions answered. So I believe, hey, what do you want to change Rodimus's name to next week?
I'm going to say Suck It Rodimus.
Okay, I'll have to think of what I'm going to name him. Well, I'll think about it. Well, thanks everyone for your questions, and we will try again next week. That's all I'm just going to leave it there. We'll try again next week. Thanks for sending your questions in. And, yeah, I guess that means, play that funky music, Mr. Fudd.
That was my line.
Well, I'm using it. I'll edit that part out. Guardian Downcast. Guardian Downcast. Yeah, Guardian Downcast. This is an intro. Guardian Downcast. Guardian. Not copyright. Guardian Downcast. And a guitar solo. Thank you, Mr. Fudd. It's been a while since we've heard from you, buddy. It's good to hear from you. This is the final segment of our show, folks. This is where we pick our song for our award-winning, thank you, Xanafan711, Guardian Downcast show playlist. Just a little sample of what Hazel and I like to listen to, and we invite you to listen to it as well. Just search for Guardian Downcast show playlist on Spotify, and it's also on Apple Music now. I know I keep saying iTunes. That's so outdated. It's Apple Music. The playlist is there as well. We have the links in our show description right below you there on your app. So join it. Join up on it and see what we add every week. And I'm going to throw it to you, Hazel. What did you pick for this week, man?
Okay. So I actually started a new podcast.
Okay.
And it's called Old Gods of Appalachia.
Whoa. What's this about?
It's a horror anthology podcast.
Damn.
And it is it's kind of dark. It's about a fictional Kentucky, basically, and Appalachia area. So yeah, it's very dark and very like old school country kind of vibe and that kind of thing. But I really, really like it. It's fun. I made it through like, I think 5 or 6 episodes today. So
nice.
So yeah, if you're into scary stuff, check it out. But I'm adding a song from there called God's Dark Heaven by Those Poor Bastards.
Okay. Very nice. Thank you. Good deal. Okay. For this music pick, I chose a pop rock, kind of alt rock singer. She's pretty well known, but probably not for what you think. She has a new album out called Coping Mechanism. It's brand new, 2022. She's got a fantastic voice, and it's something very fresh that I haven't heard in a while, at least from this old guy. She was born in LA in 2000. She made an appearance in a popular movie back with her father in 2008. In addition to her parents being actors, her older brothers, I should say, are both actors as well. So it's a very talented family. Her dad made news recently at some awards show that no one watches anymore, at least according to Hazel. Give up. Her song is called Curious Furious, and it's Willow Camille Rain Smith, otherwise known as the daughter of Will and Jada Pinkett Smith. And she just goes by the name Willow. Check out this song. It's a really upbeat song. I like it. I thought you liked that part about the award show. Throwback.
Uh-huh.
We have some announcements we need to mention here, Hazel, before we go. Anything you need to mention for the community?
So we have scrims that are going to be coming up on the night that this releases, actually. So be on the lookout for that. If you want to get in, definitely more people, the better. And also keep in mind, okay, if just because we have 12 people in there, we can have more than 12 people in a scrim. So this is something we put on. So everybody's like signing up for a reserve. I'm expecting your ass to be there. I love you.
It's a lot of fun. It really is. Until you try it, you really just need to join up and just see what it's all about. I mean, worst case scenario, you waste, an hour of your time? You won't, though. I'm just telling you, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, you can always just say, hey, I got to go. Or
yeah,
I don't.
My wife's calling me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. Last week, we gave out our prize fund for our question of the month, and congratulations to Golden God. He's already got his $25 Amazon gift card. Hopefully he uses that in good, has something he needs to get on from Amazon. But we have a new question of the month, and actually it was inspired by one of our community members. This is from Moose, captain of Laser Blazers. He says, I have a suggestion for the next question of the month. If you had a piece of armor or weapon themed around you or your guardian, what would the flavor text be? I'm curious what kind of creative answers we get here. We need all your answers by Wednesday, November 30th. That's on episode 176. Hazel and I will play all the answers from our speak pipes, our voicemails, and we'll also include answers from our Discord, which you can go to our question of the month channel in our Discord and leave your answer there, and we'll make sure to pin it so you're included in the drawing. And what is that drawing, you say? It is a $25 Amazon gift card. We pass one out almost every month. And you'll be entered into that drawing. And then our SpeakPipe answers will be entered into 2 additional drawings for podcast merch. And if you have ever been interested in any of our podcast merch, by the way, we do use the store designedbyhumans.com. Search for Guardian Downcast, and you'll see all the little things we have in there. And that is a shout out to Snail Entrails for the artwork on those t-shirts and all the swag out there. So thanks for that. So that is our question for the month. I'm curious what you guys think. I just want to give a shout out to our Patreon members, our Dungeon Champion patrons, Scoot, the Scarlet KM, Oh Hey Redneck, the Crimson Chin, Technical, and Sauce Waffle, and Average Destiny 2 player. And of course, our OG Raid Boss patrons. That would be Jealous and Frostbite for giving back to our community. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you all.
A quick thank you to all our Patreon members out there. You know who you are. Giving back has really been generous. We do appreciate that. And if if you've gotten at least a little entertainment from what we were doing tonight and you want to contribute, you can go to patreon.com/support Guardian Downcast. And, there's all kinds of different tiers in there. You get a special, I guess, gold embossed role in our Discord automatically. And there's a special little channel for all our Patreon members. No feet pics, please. Thank you. Just want to mention also that Hazel and I do have another podcast that is not Destiny related. We release it every couple weeks. It's called Playing Favorites. You have a favorite? I bet there's a story behind it, as Hazel would say. Plus, Hazel and I will end one of our favorite stories of the month. Not Destiny related, but more entertainment, gaming, social, pop culture realms. So check it out. Our latest episode just came out this week. So check that out. I want to remind everyone that I do have a new Destiny podcast out. It's an audio component of my YouTube channel. It's called the Destiny Help Desk. It's designed to be an audio form of tips and tricks for the new and returning players. So if you don't have time to watch the YouTube videos, no worries. I now have it in a podcast format for you. They're short form shows with quick hitting info for those of you out there looking for more info about the little things in the game Destiny 2. It's available on Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon, all the stuff out there. You can email me at ToddtheGatr@gmail.com, or you can send a voicemail question via another SpeakPipe that we have called speakpipe.com/DestinyHelpDesk. We talk more advanced subjects and news on our show here. And now there's a podcast for the Destiny curious among you. So check it out. Well, Hazel, that is another episode in our collection. For those out there just joining us, remember, we have 171 episodes out there with interviews from gamers all over our community. So take a look at those, especially if you're just finding out about us. And if you like what you hear, do us a favor and share this podcast with someone who plays Destiny. We appreciate it. Hazel, where can people find you, sir?
Quick and easy. Hazel and T at pretty much all the places.
You can find me on Twitter at ToddtheGatr. Remember, that's 2 Ds and GATR. And you can also find me the same way on my YouTube channel, ToddtheGatr. Or you can go to youtube.com/@ToddtheGatr. I got it. Hazel. Uncle Scumdeath sent a Scumdeath's Corner in this week, man.
About time. No, I'm just kidding.
He's been busy. He's been making an album. Album? No, an album. Yeah.
A Mitch album? What?
No. An album. A music album. Is that what they call them? Do they still call them albums? I don't know. Whatever. But here we go. Uncle Scumdeath, what is going on in the UK today, brother?
Hello. Welcome to Scumdeath's Corner. I don't believe this. I've just got home from walking the dogs, and I met someone called Dave, who's a Glaswegian, that I've been, we bump into each other whilst walking the dogs for the last couple of years. And he works nights. So I catch him walking the dog before he goes to work. And I've seen him today, and I've just seen him about an hour ago, and he's not very well. He's had the week off sick because he's got a cold. So I said, if you're not working tonight, what are you going to do? He said, I'm just going to put the Xbox on and chill out. like, oh yeah, fair enough. What type of games do you play? He's like, oh, I'm a day one Destiny player. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
Nice.
He's like, what? He's like, yeah, I played the alpha and the beta when it came out. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I've known you for years walking dogs. You're a Destiny player. I'm like, mate, I started from sort of day one when it came out. And he's like, yeah, I'm a Titan. And I was like, I'm a Titan. It's like, no way. I cannot believe that this bloke I've been speaking to for a couple of years now is a Destiny player. Sometimes when we meet, we've got nothing to talk about. Oh, Christ. I don't know what to say. It's the first person I've met out of sort of my friends that I've just randomly bumped into a Destiny player. And I said, what level are you? And he's 1594. And I'm like, Jesus. Great. He's on Xbox, but we can share play. That's right. So I shall be calling him in for a bit of Destiny action. Can't believe it. Class. Anyway, I had to just have that little red rant. Like, yeah, fucking happy days. Oh, I've got a massive smile on my face. But yeah, sweet. A new player. Take it easy. Love you all. Bye.
That's awesome, man. Thanks, Uncle Scumdat. It's good to hear from you, man.
Yeah.
You got it.
Hope the album's awesome.
Yeah, I hope it was too. Can't wait to hear it. And, yeah, it's kind of funny. You, wear a Destiny t-shirt out in public and you lock eyes with another dude out there who's playing, or girl. I can't stare too long because I'm married, but, yeah, and you just kind of give that nod like, yeah, Destiny. It's like never mind. I'll edit that out. Hey, everyone, do us a favor. If you're playing the game, take a break, get outside and touch grass, stretch your legs, get some fresh air in those lungs, and continue to be safe. And more importantly, take care of one another.
The weight of the world was on your shoulders, and still you triumphed. Marvelous.
Thank you all so very much for listening. And later, Guardian.
Get toddled.
Perfect show tonight, man. We got our 20 questions, too. Thinking Rodimus Prime is his name now. Let's see, we can name him. You're just gonna say suck it, Rodimus? That's
not for all week.
Oh, you're gonna change it every day for a week? Ooh, that's a great idea too. He can't complain about it either. I'm gonna have to think on this.
Yeah.
Rodimus Subprime. Boom. Oh, sorry, I'm getting excited. Whew. All right. I got something to look forward to next week. We'll have to take turns. Maybe one day you change his name. I'll change his name. You do Mondays. I'll do Tuesdays, Wednesday. You do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I'll do Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And then,
okay.
There we go. Perfect. Thanks, Rodimus. Appreciate that challenge, buddy. Good work. You're doing good work.
Osmiancy gloves. Just go ahead and say it's good to be a warlock.
Blade Barrage.
Blade Barrage.